Lightning bolts then.
Yeah.
I mean, what are the
I mean,
alternatives?
if someone kicked down your door and you could cast lightning bolts, you'd probably start throwing lightning bolts at them.
And they were all lined up nice in a single file line.
So we're
Exactly.
the bad guys in this, huh?
I don't think he said that.
We're
He just said that.
home invaders.
What
Yeah.
would you do if you were the Mind Flayer?
They were just having a little get together, and then you kicked down their door and started yelling how you're going to kick their ass. So,
What he's trying to say is that this isn't a black and white scenario, okay?
Okay, that's perfect.
Anyway,
It's a gray area.
exactly. I'll get the stream started. Make sure you're displaying as yourselves. Where is it? Oh, it was already started. All right. Well, there we go. So this week, Zota, you are scribe, if you're okay with that.
All right, sounds good.
All right, and Tiziano, do you want to give us a quick recap of last time?
Mostly it was the fight of after we came in the ritual room. A lot of undead and a couple revenants and the Mind Flayer. And then at one point, I don't know what to tell you guys. It was just a big fight, okay? Zoda got messed up, and Amara got messed up. At one point, Bagra became a big monkey. I was just fighting the same revenant for 5 minutes. then we either killed everything, or the things that we didn't kill ran away. And then we found the altar with the ritual that was like controlling the undead. And Lokun was like, "This looks like fun. I'm gonna do it." And we were like, "That seems to be the only good idea."
All right.
It's either that, or we try and destroy it, and we all probably die.
You all took a
Or we just leave it there for them to keep playing with.
All right. Yeah, you all took a short rest. Does anyone have exhaustion levels? I just forget to mark people.
Bogger has one. Or, because we haven't had a long rest, right?
Yeah.
Zoda would have, but he
You
had a
had
potion.
one. Well, you
Yeah.
had two, didn't you?
Did Zoda use
Yeah, he had
restoration?
a potion from Tiny, I believe.
Yeah.
I gave him a
okay.
potion of vitality.
All right. No one else has
might
them.
have one too. Mara might have one too.
Do
I
you
got hit by a couple lightning bolts.
do you have one, Amara, or two, or
It's just getting knocked unconscious, right?
yeah?
I just have one.
All right. All right. So we just did a short rest, I think, which is why everyone's back at full, because you spent a bunch of hit dice. So
Yeah, yes, I did.
it is currently the 67th of autumn at 11 a.m. You, as I said, had taken a short rest in here. And, yeah, we were just trying to figure out what we're going to do next. I think there was talk of trying to do the ritual on the altar, but you do believe that there are other altars you might need to find for it to actually gain control of the undead.
Oh, okay. So just doing this one wouldn't do anything. We have to get them all.
You believe so, yeah. I forgot to mention that last time.
Okay. Well, I guess we all come to that realization, and so I guess we can't do this ritual then.
Well, it's gonna be hard for him to get in here, though. If we could disrupt it, I got the arcane lock on there. It would disrupt him. So I don't know. I guess he could pop in though.
You can pop in, I suppose, but there's nothing for us to do here, is what I'm saying right now.
What
Open
if
more
he-
doors. Sorry,
what if he-
Zoda, go ahead.
What if he just comes back?
Want
What
to
do we
stand
do?
guard here?
I mean, it's
Comes
general.
back, won't have all the other undead with him. We could just all focus on him and kill him quickly as possible.
Hey Lou,
is there any way of knowing that taking this one offline could potentially disrupt the other ones?
I mean, you would imagine so, though I don't think the group has a good way of taking it offline right now.
Well,
They got
if
the sledgehammer.
no, I'm just
But-
saying, like,
And you'll be right next to it.
rather if we did gain control of it, is there any way we would possibly, think that it would disrupt the others? Because if they all have to be aligned by one person, or I guess essentially multiple, whatever how the group works, is there any way that we could maybe come up with? Because we have the knowledge that it takes all of them to get control, right? So if you lose one of them, then does that disrupt his control?
It's possible.
Possible.
There's yeah, like I said, there's an unknown number of them. You're not sure the effect it would have on the others if you were to try to do the ritual on this one. But it would be a costly experiment because of how much components it would take.
Yeah. What about dispel magic on it? Could we dispel some of the ruins on it? Do you think?
It
Lagoon?
won't work. It won't work. It's not strong enough. That's at least what I've called. Is that correct, Lou?
I think if we,
Yeah, it's like if I think dispel magic only works on spell effects. I don't think it affects magical items, and this is a powerful one at that.
what about clearing all the undead out of here? So if anybody does try to come back, it's a much smaller fight, and there might be other clues to things elsewhere. And
You
just
can target an object.
Did you just look it up?
I have the
Says right
spell, yeah.
The spell. Okay.
One creature, object, or magical effect.
Wow. Well, that doesn't. I mean, all right, what do you think, Lou? I mean, it doesn't have to apply. It's up to you.
As I said, this is a pretty powerful item, so it's not exactly. You don't think it would just end the effect. This isn't like a normal magical item.
Okay. So, you guys want to venture further into this dungeon? Are we all healthy enough to undertake a couple more rooms or something?
Oh, also, it looks like it can affect it looks like it says any spell at 3rd level or lower on the target. So you can target a magical item that's being affected by a spell, I think is the how it's supposed to work, not that it disrupts the actual magical item.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoda says,
I propose that we keep looking, potentially maybe finding more, or killing that Alhoon.
Indeed. About the rest of you.
Well, we can't really leave. We haven't found what we came for, have we?
Pick a door.
Yeah,
Say door number. Go ahead.
I was just a reminder, the group is here sort of scouting things out for Blackwater, I believe. So your current mission is just kind of looking around, and I forget, he sent you to the keep, right? And the other group went to the cathedral?
Correct.
Yeah.
We
Correct.
chose to
Keep
keep.
right now.
Yeah, so right now you're kind of on an information gathering mission, at least for him. I mean, you can be doing whatever your group actually wants to be, since I know you all are sort of iffy about Blackwater anyway.
we like to put in work. That's Siegebreakers' MO.
But that's just like a quick reminder of what the group initially came here for. Was on Blackwater's orders to scout this place, looking for possible clues as to a vault location.
So it's all of us. It's Blackwater, Orcard, and ourselves too, right?
Yeah, and the Iron Tide is with. They're all camped out that farm to the south of the city right now.
Okay.
Many
I
was just gonna say, how many troops did they bring? Like as far as like manpower, Lou?
I believe Orcard had something like 150 strong left in the Iron Tide after you guys went to work on them.
And we have 6.
And then how many did Blackwater bring? Because I know his forces got pretty decimated fighting the Blood Hand.
Blackwater brought. He mostly just had mercenaries left, so he has. I want to say about 20 specialists like you guys. Blackwater's people are much more, lower level soldiers. Orcard's people are lower level soldiers, while Blackwater's people are more higher level specialists like you all.
Okay,
If they got quantity, we got quality.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. So what do you all want to do?
I start walking towards this door, and say,
shall we finish clearing this room?
Do it. After you.
So the lock does not look super complicated. It's a DC 10 to pick it if you wanted to get through it.
I'll go ahead and pick it.
Okay.
I'll let you.
You will.
Oh yeah, you put arcane lock on the door, right?
Put on an arcane lock on all 3 doors. Yes, I did.
Oh.
All right. 22 would be enough, and the doorway is no longer locked.
I do have
Does that remove the arcane lock, or it just removes the mechanical lock and arcane lock? It puts the door's control still under us, right?
I mean, you can link arcane lock if you want, Tiny, but I believe
I would have let all of us have access, and that's it.
I think that door was already locked.
It wouldn't have mattered. I mean, he'd still have to pick it, but he still had access,
Yeah, your arcane lock would have just made it more difficult. But I think the arcane lock stays even if you pick it. It has to be dispelled.
That is correct.
Okay. All right, cool. Let's go.
All right, I open the door, kind of cautiously this time.
All right, so you open the door. Go ahead and click on it. So you would see stairs going both up and down. The stairway going up looks like it goes up probably about 20 or so feet. It zigzags a little, and you see some light coming from up top. The one going down does the same, going down about 20 feet as well.
Any light that I can see as far as going down, or no?
There's no light from below, no. You don't see the bottom of that stair. That one also kind of zigzags, but there's no...
Right that time, I rolled 20 and locked up real quick.
Yeah.
I say to the group, as I kind of got the door kind of cracked a little bit to see, what's going on.
It seems there's 2 paths. There's one that goes down below, and there's one that goes upwards. And there seems to be some light coming from upwards.
I wouldn't suggest going up. That's where all of those undead would be that we saw outside.
Then it sounds like a win-win.
I don't know if that's how I'd put fighting 1,000 undead, but okay.
We don't want them at our back, so let's clear them out.
Agreed.
As I open the door and start moving that way upwards.
Alright, so you're heading up the stairs.
I really hope there's a lead outside to all those, 1,000 undead war.
I mean, if we could find that Alhoun, that'd be great. I mean, because he's only had an hour to kind of recover.
They're in the smoke.
Oh. You don't know where he teleported to. Could be
True.
Maybe not even here.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. Teleport to the island.
Alright, so you go up the stairs, getting to the top. If you the door here is opened a crack. Peeking out, it looks like it leads into the courtyard, the inner courtyard for the keep. You don't see any undead outside.
Do I still see the
What's
light?
the light? Yeah.
Yeah, there's or actually, wait, would there be light? What time is it? Yeah, it's about so it's about afternoon. So there's a small amount of light coming through all the fog and like mist up here.
Oh,
So
the light's
it's like
coming from outside.
it's the sky, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a
Sky,
courtyard.
not like lantern light. Gotcha.
Exactly, yeah.
And this,
Well,
this
maybe we
like-
lock this door so nothing can get in.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Agreed.
As far as
I don't want
like
to go out there. That's a death trap.
yeah.
What I was saying.
Well, you guess that the undead... this looks like the inner keep inside the walls, so the undead might... Well, you don't know if the front gate is open, but they might be outside. It's hard to say because you can't see the front gate from in here.
I don't like to be exposed out in the open like that, so I like the Bogger's idea of locking this or jamming it shut or something.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you going to do that?
Are there any?
So I do
wood
have
or-
iron spikes.
Ooh, that works too.
I don't
And then
know.
there are
Or,
working locks on it that we can lock as well.
Have,
There is a keyhole here, so there's probably some kind of lock that would lock this going into the under areas of the keep, which is where you just came from.
let me ask you guys: do you want this to be open? Be able to be opened by us as an escape route, but locked to the outside?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Is there a way that it looks like we could jam the door so like we can unjam it from inside and keep it from opening? I don't know which way the door swings or stuff like that.
Well, we
Yeah.
could tie it to something.
It looks like the door opens inward towards where you are
Never
right
mind.
now.
So we can jam it.
You could probably stick some pythons on the floor for the big door, although that wouldn't be the most secure way. Like, obviously being locked would be the most secure way.
What are you guys feeling? Lock it
Well,
fully or
Yeah,
jam it?
yeah. I say lock it fully.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can unlock it. I have faith that we could unlock it quickly. Or, well, what do you think?
So,
Who's
who has thieves' tools?
I do.
And so do I.
Yeah.
Give me a thieves' tools check with int,
you guys should help each other.
assessing
Okay.
this lock.
Is there any guidance?
Well, so looking at the lock, Zota, you don't think it's the best quality. You think it would be like a DC 10 to lock it. Also, anyone with lock picking skills could probably get through it fairly easily, just as you could lock it fairly easily.
All right.
Right.
It's a big petrified wood door. It's not actually made of stone. Amara. Though you could probably stone shape the floor maybe to prevent it from swinging inward.
But we do.
That would
want
really seal
to
it.
keep it as an escape route if needed.
Say that again, Luke.
Like if Amara stone shaped the floor to kind of
Or,
raise up the stone
Oh.
so it couldn't open inward because there'd be a big piece of stone in the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like the idea of just using minimal resources.
yeah.
Alright, so go ahead and give me another Thieves' Tools check to pick it closed. That would be Dex, probably.
I can guidance you.
Okay.
I can help you too either way.
So yeah, you lock the door.
Nice.
You
Okay, so
hear some kind of movement after you pull the door closed and lock it. It sounds like something outside may have heard your actions. The movement doesn't sound like something undead, though.
really,
But you hear
Does it
something.
sound like-
What would that be?
Is that
Actually,
perception?
well, it would be Yeah, does anyone have a 15 or over perception?
19.
Do you have knowledge arcana?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Would you allow me to roll for some? I have proficiency in perception with the 14.
Oh, yeah, sure. You can make an active perception roll if you're listening.
Oh, no.
Something's walking around out there, basically.
I'm at disadvantage, though.
Arcana
Look through
would,
the keyhole.
if you can hear it, Arcana would tell you more about what it might be.
Okay.
It sounds like something four-legged.
I don't hear if it's 15 or not.
Yeah. You hear something, but not loud enough to be able to distinguish anything. It doesn't sound like it comes right up to the door, but it seems like it might be searching around the area near the door for those who can hear it.
Jeez. Okay.
There's something out there.
Well, just FYI, I have the amulet, and I guess it has proof against detection and location. I don't know if that does anything, but I'll ask the party. You guys hear that? I think we should go on our way now. No?
Yeah.
Do we go back down? Down to the lower level this time instead?
Yes, I think we should.
Did we have more to clear out on that level before we switch levels?
There was a couple rooms, I think.
Yeah, there were more areas you didn't go to, and I don't think you all weren't mapping that level, right? You were just kind of exploring.
I was.
Like,
I
we
thought
found
I was
one
keeping
path.
a map
Like, we're gonna go a different path.
but I guess I don't see.
Somebody
I thought I was
gave me a
keeping
sheet
a
of
map in
paper
my
to do
book.
something. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
He would start a map if it's not too late of what we passed by, or I don't know if somebody was already doing it, but
Yeah, well, do you want to go back to that floor and look around, or do you want to go to the lower floor?
I say we clear the first floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
We know where.
So you head back down.
I mean, there's a lot on that floor to clear. We skipped, we went through a lot, and we didn't open.
We went straight to the boss.
Yeah, I know, right?
And you said someone is mapping this?
Yeah,
We went past one room, and there was something loud in there.
Cool.
We were like, let's wait.
All right, so let me go into map mode. You see, yeah, I'll say you spend a piece of paper and sort of scribble out what you remember from the level.
And we found this room.
Cool.
Yeah, I got calligraphy supplies.
I
If
locked the door when we leave out of it, since it has arcane still on it.
And is there a way I could use twine or something to I'm trying to figure out how to leave something at this door over here to see if anything opens it. Or is it still got the arcane
Well,
lock
no,
on it?
I know it opens it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think
Never
it's
mind.
still got the arcane lock on it.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Although you link arcane. Okay, you didn't link it. Let me just read it really quick. What exactly it does.
Do we write it as a label here? Yeah. Do that.
Okay. So yeah, it's oh, you mean on the map to mark it as arcane lock?
Yeah.
You could just use there should be an option to draw on the map. So I'd say you could make an X or something.
I just put an A here. I'll just say arcane lock.
All right.
It's weirder than ever.
Yeah, and if you lock it back,
I'm gonna make that a little bit
arcane
bigger.
lock, it'll make it 10 harder. So
How do I copy and paste more of them? Because we got all three of those doors.
I think you can just Control C, Control V. Here, I'll do it for you.
It's not doing it.
Here, I stuck them over there.
Okay.
Yeah, so where do you want to go? You all can control the party token. Like I said, I just ask you move it one at a time, or at least not too quick.
Say, heard a big noise to the north. right? And then this whole area on the southwest.
I thought it was here. We heard the noise.
You heard
Noise is up here.
you heard the noise up here.
I'm a genius.
To the north.
Yeah, that's where you heard something large moving around.
You want to investigate it or avoid it?
Investigate.
Well, we're here to clear the floor, aren't we?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We'll go to the north then. I guess
I
I'll
don't
move us.
We're pretty thorough as far as, I mean, look how thorough we were with. Now, obviously, there were still some things.
As we're walking by, could I check these floors to see how stable they are? Anywhere there's cracks?
Yeah, that would be survival to survey kind of the dungeon's integrity.
And I'm at
So-
disadvantage.
Oh, do you have exhaustion?
Yeah.
All right. So
Checking.
these floors look a little bit unstable. You wouldn't trust them, even with the ghoul bodies laying on them.
Cool. I would pull out a piece of chalk and draw an X on the ground by those, and the ones up north, same.
Give me a roll for the ones up north. You're not sure about these. You're not sure if they're stable or not.
Cool. I'll put a question mark. Cool.
Did we collect the essence from all these undead out here?
I don't think we did.
Not yet, I don't think.
No, because we locked the doors and just collected what was inside. So out here has not been collected yet.
Want to collect it?
Yeah, to be very careful on the floors. So
Alright, so who is collecting it? Up to two of you can work together. It would be religion or it would be alchemy.
Alchemy with
it'd
intelligence.
be religion for me. So
Yeah, it would be intelligence either way. I'm going to count these
I
out
don't
so
even
I know.
have.
That sounds like a Lagoon thing.
yeah, well, I'm a proficient in religion, so
So if...
I only can.
Go ahead.
I don't have alchemy though. I'm not sure if I can help.
So as long as at least one of you has the skill, you can assist. It would just be untrained.
Okay, so I'll assist you, Tiny.
okay.
Not
Oh.
that good. Roll 20. Oh, there you go. So great.
Alright, so there are... Let's see. There are... I just counted. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. There's 75 gold pieces worth of ghoul essence. Ghouls are CR1 creature.
75?
Yeah,
Okay.
so you would collect 75, and you would need some sort of vessel, probably glass, to put that in, if you don't have one already.
I believe I already
Okay.
have one.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
You're good then.
I already have one and I added it.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on, do you guys want to go to the north or the hallway to the north? The west north?
Well, we're already here. We might as well check this out.
Cool. Careful on the ground. Can't tell if it's stable or not. You want me to
Test
walk
the
first?
ground?
I think I'm the fattest.
We'll tie a rope around you.
Alright, go ahead and pull yourself onto the map if you're going up
Can
there.
I use Stone Sense to check it out?
What does Stone Sense do? I'm not familiar. If you want to link it, I can take a look. Maybe. I know dwarves have some weird structural abilities. Let's see.
Okay, that's just
Stone cutting. Yeah, I think that's more for determining like a structure's architecture or like historical things about it. Unfortunately, but
Cool. I'll tie a rope around myself and hand the other side to the party. Zota, I would guess, or Tiziano.
all right.
All right.
So you walk over the floor. You would hear some cracking as you do, and it sounds like I know you have a pretty high passive, or someone does. It sounds like stones falling into a deep pit underneath. So you definitely think this is a bit dangerous. But luckily the floor does not give way as you walk across it.
Cool.
More of us go on that. I don't like the sound of that. We'll go around.
So, yeah. What do you guys think?
We could take a pew and put it on the ground and try to walk across.
What?
Well, I mean, we can try and come the other direction at it. I mean,
We can also set up ropes and piton.
That as well.
You know, there is another door that might connect to this area up north of here.
yeah, up to the north of there.
I think we should go up to the north.
Yeah, I think we'll try the other door. Maybe whatever is in there might try to run out of that door and fall in the pit.
You would still hear, it sounds like some sort of noise coming from this hole. Might be something climbing around in there still.
I mean, it's only 1,000 ghouls, yeah.
Fireball.
Take a look.
It's up to you.
Continue up
Maybe
to
you
the
can like
north, I
stone
guess.
shape that shit closed.
So actually,
That's
we made sure to close this door behind us. So
Yeah,
that room
yeah.
would be, Lou.
Lock.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like it.
Walk on the pipes.
Okay, the pipes feel a lot thicker and stronger than the floor. But you would get up here, and there is another door.
Is this guy still alive?
Oh no, he's not still there. He ran away. I just
He didn't
forgot
run very
to.
far.
I just.
What the fuck came out?
He's just like bent. He's just like crouched down there, like, huh? No,
He's crouched down like
he ran.
it's like a video game.
Yeah,
He's like
I just forgot to delete his token.
he was trying to stealth, and we caught him, and he ran away to hide again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, well, try this door. Is it locked?
That door does not appear to be locked. It looks like it. If you jiggle the handle, it feels like you could open it. You make a little bit of noise in doing so, but you think it opens inward, like away from you, into whatever this area is.
Did anybody hear anything within?
Hang on. Let me. Who's the high perceiver right now?
Tiny. 19.
And Tiny does not have exhaustion, right?
Correct.
Nope.
You would hear... No, you wouldn't hear anything. It doesn't sound like there's anything in there.
All right. Just want to try to open this as quietly as possible.
All right, who's opening it?
I'm gonna cover my hammer, so we ain't shining any light in there right off the bat.
I guess I'll open it.
All right, so you douse your light. And you push the door open. So the door fights with you a bit as you try to push it open, making some noise. But as the door opens, you would see a decently sized room. Looks like about 70 by 40 feet. There are several sets of bones lying on the floor in here, along with 2 large support pillars.
I go ahead and walk in. Let me pull my token on. There we go.
Are you separating from the group?
Yeah, just like a little bit, like walking a little bit forward with my weapon out, kind of looking at everything.
I will uncover my hammer so the light will shine.
Alright, so
Let
you
there be
light up
light.
the area again.
I say to Locoon,
Look, Locoon, there's skeletons for you.
Indeed. I'll get them later, though.
One moment. So as you step forward, you see or hear almost like a strange, well, it sounds like wind blowing as something begins to rise from the floor where the skeletons are.
We get to pull
Which part of
ourselves
the
on.
floor?
Give me one moment because my thing is being laggy.
We drag ourselves on the board.
Yeah, go ahead and drag yourselves on the board because it might be wherever you want to be standing. Alright, is that everyone?
I forgot you got a skeleton alive.
The lone survivor.
So,
Yeah.
So, War Banner is dead, though.
so
Rest in peace.
strange bluish ghosts rise from the floor where the bones are. One of them,
Cool.
who seems a little bit better armored than the others, will look at the group and say, "Trespassers in Isik, you shouldn't be here."
Can
And
we
he
speak
draws
back?
his sword.
Oh, man, we
Well,
got a body. It's cool.
well, give me initiative rolls. You can still try to talk to them, but they seem hostile.
All right.
I have
Yeah.
one.
Let's see
Okay,
here.
for some reason I have two. That's fine.
I can't talk my way out of situations anymore.
We even. They're not really. God damn it! I suck.
Or fireball.
Yeah, or fireball.
Maybe we can convince them that we belong here.
Is the tracker not up for y'all, or is it just me? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, the tracker's there, but I can't see straight. All I see is my token.
So you have a light in one of your hand, Tiziano?
Yeah, the lantern.
Okay.
The bullseye lantern. Oh my,
You got
that's
a
a lot
bullseye
more.
lantern?
Yeah, I
really
bought
good.
one.
Well, don't you have a hooded lantern?
No, I got the bullseye lantern. I don't know the difference.
Bullseye has got the longest range.
Well, that's the one I bought.
And it's in a cone rather than 360 degrees. 65.
Well, that kind of
Yeah.
360. Man.
It's hard to
Purple.
represent on the battlefield, unfortunately.
I got my flaming hammer, so that's like a torch.
Alright, so the first person to act as these creatures begin drawing steel, or ghostly steel anyway, is going to be Bogger. Bogger, what do you
Cool.
want to do?
Cool. Is this one 10 feet away?
15, because it's two
15.
diagonals.
What about now?
Yeah, now he is.
Cool. I'm gonna punch this one.
Alright, so as the ghost with his sword and shield rises, you step up swinging. Yeah.
No. There it is.
14 will actually miss. His spectral
Very
shield
well.
taking the hit.
Cool. I'm gonna try again.
18 lands a hit, though, as you come around with the second strike. Doing Let's see. How do they feel about necrotic?
It's always a big question.
I think they take normal damage from it. Oh, no, they are resistant. So he takes 3 necrotic, and you count as a magical weapon for your unarmed strike, right?
Correct.
So 17 points of damage on that hit.
I'm gonna spend a key point to stunning strike. See if I can.
Okay. So you channel key energy into the creature, which will give him a con save. He will make it, so he resists.
Cool.
Anything
Then
else?
I'll spend another key point to do another 2 strikes. Oh, that sucks.
23 will strike, though, on the second unarmed. Do you do 3d6 on your unarmed strike?
For the first round, if I
Haven't
go before
acted yet.
then.
It's a bugbear thingy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If they haven't acted yet. Alright, so you would do another 14, which would wound it.
Nice.
Anything
Cool.
else?
Yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, try to hide back behind this pillar.
Alright, the commander, seeing you attacking his troops. Oh, I guess he's gonna go for Zota, because you're threatening him. So he says, trespassers in Isik will not be tolerated. And he's gonna come at you. Using his multi-attack. So he swings with his sword. He has a sword and shield, it looks like. Do you have history, by chance?
I do, yeah.
You might... Well, it's not your turn yet, so hang on. You might know something with history, as well as the normal religion knowledge. So first attack... 13, I believe, will miss you.
Yeah.
He swings a second time. 22.
Yeah, he hits.
Alright, so you are cut with a spectral blade for 11 slashing. And then he's going to use Martial Fury, giving him another attack. But I think 15 would miss you.
Yeah, I have 20 AC.
So now he is offering advantage on attacks to him. Amara.
Just a quick thing. I forgot. I didn't see myself on initiative, so I rolled it, and so I'll be coming up after Amara. You can resort it.
All right. Amara, what are you gonna do?
I'll use my free casting of Misty Step through Fate Touched.
Alright, so you quickly step into the shadows, or into the mists, vanishing as you reappear over there.
Yep, and then I will Eldritch Blast this guy.
Alright, so you take 2 blasts at him. 24 does 12 points of damage. 20 will strike as well, which will destroy him. Oh. Anything else?
I'll stay right where I'm at.
Could you link the thing that gave you the extra damage for your bugbear?
He did. Wait, right up there.
Yeah, he did, I think.
Oh,
Surprise
okay.
attack.
Surprise attack, I think it's called.
Yeah, because he hadn't gone yet, so he gets extra 2d6.
Oh, there it is. Got it. Alright, so that is it. Ramara Lokun, what do you want to do?
Alright, Lokun's gonna run up to the one that's next to his skeleton and zap it. Zzz.
Alright, so you use Shocking Grasp, grabbing at it as it's rising. 18 will indeed hit it. It is blasted with electrical energy, taking 8 points of lightning and losing its reaction.
You just tased the ghost.
Then I'm gonna move back over here, I think. And bonus action, I'll tell my skeleton, it's stunned, so you can retreat from there. And that is my turn.
Alright, that wraith has died. Your skeleton will probably retreat, I assume.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to disengage, so he'll just walk back like this, take a shot at it, his crossbow, two-handed crossbow. Shit, I don't have it up. 1 second.
Donk.
Where is he? Where are you? Oof, misses.
Alright, yep, flies past him. Tiny.
Okay, I'm going to step 1 step here. And tell this guy, you should be afraid of the Forge Master. And I am going to swing.
Alright, you step forward, swing your hammer. Yeah, 19 will strike. Now, is that hammer magical?
Yes, it is.
Alright, so 19 hits him, bypassing his damage resistance.
And I'm also going to use a superiority die.
Alright, so he takes 4. And I assume you have your hammer and shield drawn?
Yes.
Alright, let me mark you correctly then. There you go. So yeah, 4 plus superiority die. Which is a D8, I think.
Yep, that's a D8, and I'm going to do a pushing attack.
Okay. Yeah, 8 points, so 12 total. And does he have to make a...
Yes. Here, I'll link it.
It's a strength save, I believe. Uh, 14. Would 14 be enough to make it?
Let's see.
I would guess it's 8 plus proficiency plus strength modifier, probably.
It's 14. Yeah, 14 is my save, so. Yes.
Oh, he would just make it. All right, so he stands firm, looking angrily at you. Anything else?
Yeah. I'm going to go again. Action surge.
Okay, so you spend your action surge. Yeah, 19 will strike, hitting him for another 10 bludgeoning. All right.
And I'm going to do it again.
All right, using one of your superiority. Doing another 8. And he has to another 5 points, which would wound him.
And then a strength save, 14 or 15 feet away.
All right, strength save. Nope, he stands firm. He is unmoved by your attack. Zota.
Yeah.
So to make that history check, what is that? Is that
It'd be a bonus action.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use a bonus action and make a history check with proficiency.
Okay. So you recognize their regalia as being from the soldiers who defended Issyk long ago.
Okay.
Their spectral form.
Okay.
After the dwarves or dwarven?
No, the dwarves were a cycle ago. So
Okay.
these guys are from the humans.
Okay. I hold on to that information. I mean, I can't really talk my way out of it, so I'm just gonna.
You can try. You can tell them that they sucked and they failed.
I could try, yes, but I have advantage on attacking it right now. So
Fuck, kill them, yeah. Good shit.
yeah.
That was my turn.
So I'm gonna make a longsword attack at the one right in front of me, the commander.
All right.
Let's see. Oh, there it goes. Okay, all right.
So 25 will strike with the first attack, doing 10 slashing.
Are you two-handed or one-handed? Oh, you're wooden sword. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
so 10 slashing. Okay. Second attack slices again for another 10. All right.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and action surge and 2 more attacks on him.
All right. 21 will strike on the third.
Pots. Isn't that a bonus action?
Oh, what now, huh?
Did you use your bonus action to do the history check?
Oh, action surge isn't a bonus action.
Got it. Just checking.
Yeah, it's
carry on.
It's the warrior thing. All right, so 13 damage on the third attack. You cut him a third time, and fourth attack is 19, so that will hit as well. Doing another 7. All right.
And then let's see. I think that's all I can do. Let me check. Second wind. What is that? A bonus action? Yes. Okay. So
that's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah. That's all. I end my turn.
All right. The sword wraith down here.
Nice.
Did not like you punching his friend. It's gonna come over here.
Yeah. Good.
Doing a longsword swipe. Ooh, 25 is probably going to get you. So you are cut for 10 slashing on his attack, and then he's going to do a martial fury, exposing himself to danger. 16?
16, I think that misses.
Okay.
18.
So he is offering advantage. Tiziano.
I guess I'll go punch the guy next to Zota.
Okay.
Give him a couple of punches.
So you rush up at him as well.
Hey,
nice.
That would crit.
Hey.
So 12 points of damage on the first hit. Tiny, make sure you minus your action surge and superiority dice. It looks like you're still at full on those.
Yeah, I'm using my D&D Beyond sheet. I'll switch over.
Yeah, because I can't see your D&D Beyond sheet easily during the game. But yeah, that would crit again, doing 12 and 13. And yeah, 24 would strike again, making him very much regret doing his martial fury. So 25 of 32. Ouch. So he is wounded now. Alright, this guy over here, who is also wounded, he is going to attack you. But I think a 15 misses. This guy is going to fly down this way, trying to help his... Or actually, can he reach... Who was it that hit him? I think that was Locoon. Yeah, he can.
right now just whistling innocently.
Yeah,
I didn't do anything.
he
Hand
remember.
behind your back, yeah, just whistling.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. He's gonna come over here, and he's gonna swing at you with his sword and shield. Oh, that's a crit.
Adamantine.
Okay.
So luckily, yeah, you do have adamantine, right?
Damn.
All right, so you only take 11 on that one. And he is going to Martial Fury as well, opening himself up to danger. And take a second swing. Ooh, 21, I think, hits you again.
Yeah, I'll cast
Oh,
shield.
shielding? Alright, so using your reaction, you knock that attack back. And that would end the round. Bogger, you're up again.
Cool. Being a monk, I'm gonna do some flips and rolls and run around that one's backside and punch it three times.
Alright.
At least 3 times.
Flipping and rolling. 18. Yeah, that will strike on the first. Doing 11 damage.
Yeah, you guys wait for the third attack. That's going to be a crit.
That is another 11. And 20 will strike a third time for 8. Which would wound him. Anything else?
I think that'll be all.
Alright.
Bonus action, bonus action. Yeah.
Sword Wraith Commander goes. He is not going to do any more of that. You guys were more stabby than he was expecting. Instead, he pulls a spectral horn off of his neck and goes brr.
If only we could do something about that.
As
let me use my reaction to pitch slap the horn.
Yeah, just slap it out of his hand.
Silence is not.
As more spectral guys appear.
Oh my god. 1d4 plus 1. Okay.
That ain't cool.
That's not cool, bro. Alright, let me get their initiative. And that is it for him, because that was his action. I think that's his action, right? Let me see.
I don't want to be that guy, but they take their turn immediately after the commander's turn.
Yeah. Alright. I would rather they just
that's
be
what
in
it
initiative
says.
order. Alright. Let me see. I was hoping to...
I see.
Alright, so that would be... I'll just set them all to 22-15. Let me just move them around a bit.
Ain't that some shit, dude? He gets to summon in his homies and they get to go immediately.
Haha!
I should have not said nothing. I should have shut up.
No, it's fine.
Oh, they don't. It's not like their initiative stays at that level. It's just they take their turn. Which is even worse, actually.
I think it would be like a pet, like they just go after him.
Okay.
I think one of those.
The way I'm envisioning it kind of sucks even more. So I'll keep
I should have just stayed quiet.
That's all good. I like to play straight too.
But
Yeah,
no, I didn't want to cheat
Alright.
him, you know.
So that guy went. His guy here is going to move over here and do
He
an.
would.
Yeah, he would.
He would.
What a jerk.
Flank.
He is going to take a swing with flank. Oh, complete miss. Then Martial Fury taking a second swing. 16?
16 does not hit 18.
Alright, so
I
you
see.
dodge back and forth, avoiding him. This one here is going to go for Amara. 19?
Yep.
Alright, so you're caught off guard as this thing suddenly appears, swiping at you for 9. And then he is also going to Martial Fury. but he will miss with his 9. That's it for him. This one up here is going to go for Locoon. Misses with the first, and the Martial Fury attack will miss as well. So he is offering advantage. And finally, this guy over here is going to go for Tiny. Misses with the first, misses with the Martial Fury, as you all get very lucky.
Thank the Lord.
That is it for that one. Amara.
Okay, I'll use my free casting of Hex through Fey Touched.
Alright, on this guy?
Yep, I'll Hex that guy.
Alright, so he is surrounded by Hex magics.
And then I will Eldritch Blast him.
Alright.
It's a wash, right? Because advantage, disadvantage.
Yeah, it would be a straight roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, 17 blasts him for 6 on the first shot.
I'll push him 15 feet with the bludgeoning. Added bludgeoning.
That's non-magical bludgeoning, right?
That is.
So that would only be 1, but it would still push him as he goes flying back.
And then the hex damage to that.
So another 4. Alright.
And then another Eldritch Blast.
Oh, good roll. Yeah, 24 would strike even with the cover. Doing another 12 and 5 is 17. What
10 more feet.
What type of damage is the hex?
I believe it's necrotic. Let me link it.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I just want to make sure, because then they would be having...
ability.
Yeah, so that would be resistance, so that would be 14 damage instead of the full.
Now I'm going to move to this corner.
But that barrage did wound him. Alright, Locoon.
I think the second barrage pushed him 10 feet back further.
Oh, right, another 10 feet.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Sorry, Tizzy.
Skeleton is going to continue shooting at the guy that's on the ground next to Locoon.
Alright, so he fires past Locoon. He would be at disadvantage. Well, it'd be a wash.
Oh, it's not his turn yet. Sorry, my bad. Locoon's turn.
Yeah.
I will cast... Let's just do another Shocking Grasp.
Alright, advantage 16 will just hit. Doing 7 lightning. That was this one you were doing, right?
Yep.
Okay, and he loses his reaction.
Alright, and so I'll walk around this way. And that is it for Locoon.
Alright.
And then the skeleton goes.
Yeah.
Take a shot, just as a wash. Ooh, misses.
So and fly past. Tiny.
Okay. Yeah, why not? Yeah, he once again said, I told you should be afraid of the Forge Master, and I'm going to use channel ability and go ahead and turn undead.
Alright, so you channel a bunch of radiant energy. As it flows into the room, I think everyone within 30 feet has to make a wisdom save. So,
the skeleton's out of the way.
Yep, so these 4 basically. Alright, so the first one, wisdom, 16?
Save, 2014.
Okay, second one, saves. The third one does not save, so he is turned. And the master.
Oh shit!
Damn.
They're supposed to be doing it with. They did it with advantage, anyways. Yeah.
Alright, he would make it because he would have advantage.
Yep.
They have defied your turning. They're not afraid of the Forge Master. Well, except this guy.
That guy's very afraid.
That guy's like, oh god!
The hell with him.
The Forge Master, no! Anything else, Tiny?
Yeah, let me see. Was that an action? I think it was.
Alright, so that's it for you. Zota, what are you doing?
Yeah, I make 2 attacks. But before I do, I say, rest, Commander of Isik, and then I attack him.
Yeah, alright, you cut at him. Ooh, both attacks will miss as he blocks with his shield. Dink, dink.
Damn.
And I'm gonna do a bonus action. No, I'll wait till next turn. So I end my turn.
Alright, this one here is going to go at you. I'm just going to leave it on because he's just going to keep doing his thing. So he swipes for 14 missing. Ooh, 27 though. Yeah, that will strike you for 11 with his spectral slash. Tiziano.
We're gonna punch the commander guy again.
Here. Alright. Yeah, so... Oh, wait. No, that would actually miss that guy.
Well, I got 2 more.
Block the first. 19.
I should have reckless.
Well, 19 will hit, though. Just barely. Or another 5 points. Magic.
I'm gonna use a key point to do 2 more instead of 1 more.
Alright, yeah. So you move very quickly, yeah, striking with a 26 on the 3rd attack for 10. Which I think puts him to very wounded.
And I missed the last one.
Yeah. Alright, that's it for you. This one here is going to go for your dwarf again. Ooh, 26, I think will get you. So he does 11 slashing as he stabs, yelling, for Isik! Then we'll swing again. Reckless, using Martial Fury. But no, 8 will, or 10 will not hit you. This one...
Was that 11? Okay.
Sorry, what?
That was 11 points, right?
Yeah, 11 slashing.
Minus 3, so...
Oh, yeah. This one is going to move in. He's tired of the skeleton's BS. He is going to slash 14.
Misses.
Alright, the Martial Fury. Oh, 10. Misses again. Skeleton's tanking. Bogger.
15, but that misses, I think, too.
Yeah.
Shadows?
I don't think so, because Lokun has a 20 feet of light, so you would not be.
There's a pillar there.
Is that a pillar?
So,
And just a question, with light, is it like light completely suffuses the area, or like the shining light through things create like little shadows?
Well, yeah, there are probably shadows. Well, Tiziano shining light here as well. I don't know if there would be any shadows. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to shadow step.
Yeah, I'll say maybe on this square there's a shadow, even with Tiziano's like bullseye death lantern.
shot right there. Maybe it chose the other
There's a shadow right here, for sure.
Oh yeah, and there's shadows over here. I think for shadow step you do have to start and end in a shadow, right?
Yes.
To use it. So yeah, I'll say there is a shadow next to you on the pillar there if you want to use
these
that.
ghost cast shadows.
No. Go ahead and link shadow step. Does it say shadows or does it say dim light? Yeah, you have to be in dim light or darkness. It's not actually shadows. So now it wouldn't work right now because of all the lantern light and the light.
Alright, well, I will yell out, give me shadows, and then punch the guy in front of me.
I'll make sure to point the lantern somewhere else on my turn.
There you go. Alright, so you're punching this guy?
Yes.
Alright, 25 strikes with the first attack, doing 7 damage, putting him very near death.
Cool. I'll punch him again.
Yeah, 25 lands for another 7. Ooh, he is still alive. Very low, though.
Then I will punch him a third time.
Alright. Yeah. You will go down with your third hit.
Cool. And I will yell, I could use some assistance. And that'll be my turn.
Alright. The captain is going to take the dodge action for his turn, trying to hold the two of you off. This one here is going to, I guess, go for Bogger, because he doesn't want to take an Oppie.
Oh, if he wants to run away, I'll let him. No, I won't.
Submit.
No, I won't.
22.
That'll hit.
Alright, so second attack does 10 slashing, ending his turn. This one here...
Does he give advantage for doing that?
Yes, he does. Hang on, let me make sure I have him marked with that. This one over here... Man, he has a lot of marks on him.
Is frightened.
So he... Oh, right. He is going to flee, giving you an Oppie if you want to take it, Tiziano.
Yes. I'm going to punch him right in the face.
Alright, 22 would strike him with your reaction. Which unfortunately does wake him up as he now turns towards you.
That's awkward.
Yeah, unfortunately...
I wish I did punch him now.
Yeah.
That's
you
a
seem
lie.
to remember the
It would've
dwarf
changed
saying something about not punching the turned ones.
Sorry, Tiny. I forgot.
25.
Oh, is that for me? Oh, yeah, that hits me.
Yep, he does 12 slashing on the first attack. And 17?
That meets.
Alright, so...
I should have punched him. I should have let him run.
9 on the second, as he does a total of 21 slashing.
That was wrong with me. I should have let that man run.
This guy up here is going to go for you, Lokun.
That's a lot.
20 versus AC?
20 would hit. Oh man, I'll use another shield.
Alright, knocks it away. Second attack. Oh! Unlucky.
Man.
We'll crit you for 14. Well, not too bad. Oh, right, because you aim crit. Yep. Yep, your very big set of armor saves you from the crit. This one is going for Tiny with the flank. 23, I believe, hits you. So 19 would miss. So 9 slashing as you're cut from behind. These goddamn ghosts. Amara.
I'll send
minus
2
3.
Eldritch Blast. I'll send one at this guy and one at this guy. The first one at this one.
Alright, so he's dodging. And that was 6 damage. I forgot. It's 3 less. Because of your armor thing. So, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Because 26 will hit the first blast for 13 force damage.
And I'll add Genie's Wrath.
Alright, so he takes another 1 damage, so 14. Pushing him?
Push it 15 feet, yeah.
So he goes flying down this way.
And then the second one at this guy.
Do I get a Oppie?
No, not for force movement.
Uh,
An advantage yet. 23 would strike, doing 11. And He is very
And
wounded.
he is hexed as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that would be 0.
I will push it 10 feet.
So he goes flying this way. All right, Lokun.
All right. With I'll say out to all the spirits, we've come to relinquish you from the control of the Alhoun. And then I'll use a free item interaction to tuck the component, my glowing lit up component pouch, into my shirt, my uniform, and turn off the light around me at least.
All right.
Just kind of listening to Bogger. And I'll use a
Oh, I
bonus
forgot to do that.
action to tell the skeleton to use his wand of magic missiles against the leader over there.
All right.
And then I'll use my action. Does any one of these guys look like they're wounded, or both of them not wounded?
The north one is tired. He's taken some HP damage.
Okay.
This one looks like he's fresh.
All right. Well, I will shock the one on the top.
All right. Another spell. Luckily, it would be an advantage. So 17 would strike him. So he takes 6 lightning. And is now without reaction.
Okay, and I'll add the power surge thing just for the hell of it. It's an additional additional 4 damage. I doubt that does anything.
That would actually wound him, because that brought him below half.
Okay.
Anything else?
That is it for Lokun.
All right, skeleton.
Skeleton will use his item interaction to take the wand out. Pointed at the leader over here. And
This guy.
Oh, this is the leader.
The one
He'll
in
take a shot
red,
at
yeah.
him. Okay.
All right, several magic missiles blast at him. So that's 12.
12. Yep.
All right. He is very wounded as his essence is further shred by magic missiles, but still he stands. He says, "We do not serve the Alhoun."
Can I respond to that?
They can.
Not currently, because you already spoke for your turn.
Gotcha.
This is while your guy's shooting him and everything else has happened. Tiny.
Okay, did I hear him say that?
Yes.
Well, we serve them neither. We're here to destroy them.
Hell, we fought him about 90 minutes ago.
Give me a persuasion check, Tiny. Unfortunately, you've beaten these guys up a lot, so I'm going to give you disadvantage on this.
Hey, that's their fault, okay?
What do you mean that one guy appeared and you just started punching him? I mean, I guess he did say he was going to attack you. No, actually, that was Bogger.
Single digits.
All right, so yeah, they don't seem too moved. What do you want to do? Do you want to attack or?
Yeah, I mean they got me sandwiched and been beating on me. So what am I going to do? I'm going to attack back.
All right, which one are you going for?
The one that's in front of me to begin with.
All right, so you have advantage. Uh, 15. No, that would just miss with the first swing.
I only got one swing.
All right, anything else?
I don't have anything else I can use.
All right, Zota.
I'm conflicted here. Okay, let's see here. Yeah. Yeah. All right, I move right there, and against my better judgment, I put my sword away.
Oh,
What? Whoa, hold on a second.
And drop my shield.
Oh, he's so fucking dead.
you're using your action to unstrap your shield and drop it?
Oh yeah, I forgot it's strapped to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I put my sword away. I put it item interaction, put it away.
You sheath it.
And
All right.
and I say to the commander,
I can tell you served old Isik. There is no need for us to be enemies.
can he speak back, or is it going to be on his turn?
So yeah, using some knowledge that you remember reading after coming out of hibernation, give me a persuasion check. Normal. I'll say your speech about Isik takes away the disadvantage.
I hope it's good. I really do. 13.
All right, so that's it for you.
Yeah.
All right. So this guy is dead. Tiziano. Are you muted, Tiziano?
I was muted.
He's fucking shit.
I ain't about talking. I'm gonna punch this guy and help Tiny.
Get off my dwarf! All right, so you go and attack him. Yeah, 19 will strike. Yeah.
I was so scared for a second. All right.
All right, that guy is very wounded, but still up.
Well, let's hit him again then for another 8.
He is barely up, but still holding strong.
The question is, do I waste a key point? The answer is no.
Okay, so that's it for you.
Oh, well, hold on. I have my last attack.
Oh.
9 more damage. Is he dead now?
Yeah, 9 is gonna drop him.
Good.
Tiziano,
now that's it.
Hard. Oh my god.
Tiziano ain't about talking, okay? He's about throwing hands.
I know.
That's how real men talk.
I smacked him.
So this guy, yeah, he kind of heard what you said, but then saw Tiziano run and just like beat up his friend. So he's definitely
it clearly didn't work.
He's gonna keep attacking.
Everybody knows the best way for men to communicate is by throwing hands.
We want to be friends. Ah! Just stab him. All right, this guy is going to go for the skeleton. 25. So the skeleton is hit for 9 on the first attack. Ooh. And then another 12, so I think that would take him down. I assume.
I think Lokun might be muted too.
Oh, is he muted?
Imagine muting yourself, lol.
Alright.
Oh, my bad. He's dead.
So the new round, Bogger.
Seeing Zota do what he did and what Lokun said, I will yell out, let us join you in your fight against the invaders.
Give me a persuasion check. I'm going to say disadvantage still because people
Maybe we should tell
fighting.
him we fought the Alhoun already and we know where he was.
11. All right. So the Sword Wraith commander goes. It looks like he's going to strike at you, but then he kind of pauses when you say that. And he says, if you do not serve the Alhoun, who do you serve? And he takes the dodge action. And he says, wait, to his soldiers. Is anyone going to keep attacking, or do we want to end the fight here?
I think at this point, the logical answer is I will absolutely keep not attacking them.
All right.
I had you guys scared for a second there.
Alright.
Attack.
Did you say
In my
you
defense,
will or
I
you
had
won't?
like the lowest initiative.
I will not.
All right. So yeah, he kind of keeps his shield up and he looks around at all of you and he says, "Who do you serve if not the Alhoon?"
We serve ourselves.
Myself.
Yes, we serve ourselves and in finding knowledge in this place.
We did fight the Alhoon though.
We did.
Unfortunately, he got away.
Give me another persuasion check.
I mean, God, I wish I
Hopefully, it's not me.
Oh my God.
Me helping wouldn't even help.
I was 2 steps away from him and he ran.
Tiziano, you did say something. You can try a persuasion check.
I will try. I got a fucking 3 or 15 if I don't have disadvantage.
So he's sort of looking around at all of you now.
He's in that room right down there.
We are the old guard of Isik. When the city fell, we became trapped in this underground ruin as our bodies fell here, and for some reason we have been unable to leave. And he sort of motions over at the bones. He says, if you are just here to seek knowledge, why come into a city so permeated with death? How have you survived?
Dumb luck and combat skills.
We are very strong, I guess you would say.
And lucky.
Combinations must die anyway.
Forgive us. We did not know you didn't serve the Alhoon.
He says, while many of those who roam the city do serve them, the guard of Lady Dinara remains strong. And while we cannot leave this place to speak to our queen, we remain vigilant, guarding what we can against the outside influences of the Alhoon and any other invaders that would threaten Isik.
Lokun kind of steps up and points to the south. Alhoon are controlling your city with the use of those obsidian altars.
He says, we have seen the movements of them and their creatures through this place, but there is not much we can do because we are cursed to stay in this room.
How may we free you? Perhaps we could join forces.
I do not
drive them out.
He says, I do not know if there is a way to free us, but if you could at least let our queen know that we are here, perhaps there's something she and the others can do to help.
What's she at?
Maybe we can bring their bones out of here to a more sacred place.
He says, burying us might free us from this eternal curse, but I don't know if it would free our spirits from this room. As for where our queen is, we don't know. But if you can seek her out and let her know that we are here, we would be eternally grateful.
Oh, well, if I find her, I'll let her know.
How may we let her know that we work with you, or that we send a message for you? What is the message that you would like us to send?
So he kind of walks over this way, looks down at his bones that you're standing on, and pulls a very old kind of decaying patch off of the bones and hands it to you. He says, you can tell her that... hang on, what's this guy's name?
You know, it's probably a bad time to ask, but is there like anything that I can loot in here?
Oh my god.
You can tell her that you found Uyan and his troops. and show her this. That will prove to her that you spoke with us. I cannot guarantee she will react kindly to intruders in the city, but at least if you use my name, perhaps it will make the meeting go better.
Maybe she's the person on the island.
And would she? Do you think that she roams the halls of this keep, or do you think she's elsewhere?
Well, last I had seen her before the magic struck Isik, she was within the keep proper, though I don't know if she is still there.
Okay.
She has not found us in these room or this room, and all I've seen are ghouls within the 100 years I've been stuck here.
Oh wait, hold on. Was she like? She must live for a long time then.
Well, if she still lives, I would assume she is also cursed by undeath, like we are.
Indeed.
You know these halls well. Where is this disease most prevalent? Where should we watch out for? Where can we start?
He says, I knew these halls well when I lived. Since becoming undead, I've been stuck in this room. I'm sorry, but I don't have much information on what's going on here. Or where anyone is.
Would you happen to be able to draw us a map of important rooms you remember?
Where? In the keep?
Yes. It may help us in preparing and finding where this disease is rampant.
Perhaps some sort of a bolt.
He says, I don't think what affects us is a disease. I think it is some sort of curse or dark magic.
The undead are the disease on Mother Gaia.
Give me a persuasion check.
You're trying to push your religion on him?
That's what it sounded like. 100%.
No, it didn't go very fucking well if he did.
So he seems a little insulted. He says, I have not chosen this path, but I have kept my sanity, unlike many of the undead who at first were docile, but then came to serve the new invaders, the Mind Flayers and the Alhoun.
I didn't mean to insult.
Or I guess he'd probably call them the strange squid-faced creatures, because he wouldn't know what an Alhoun is.
Zoda also looks kind of offended at you.
I am also afflicted by a sort of disease. Does that mean I should also be destroyed?
No. The gas, ghouls, those being controlled by the Alhouns. There's a dark energy emanating from them.
Probably because they're being controlled by the Yahoo.
Okay. We'll look for your queen.
His wording was that all
undead. Yeah. My bad.
My bad, cuz I didn't even
insult anyone.
It's kind of lifist.
What's your lead on being alive? Oh my gosh.
Nice.
So what do you want to do?
I don't know, but if anybody else took some scratches, I wouldn't mind taking a short rest, but I'm not sure.
Another one.
He says, you are free to use this room if you wish to rest. Says, I and my companions are going to return to our slumber. And they kind of go back to their bones vanishing.
Okay. I will not reanimate these bones. So.
Maybe maybe he'd be chill with it if you ask him.
I would like collect their bones.
Hey, yo, homeboy, can I like use your bones as like?
That is very necromancer of you.
It would be.
Okay.
Like, hey, I know you just said that like you're cursed because your bones are here, like you can't leave. What if I took your bones, use them shits to fucking help me fight?
That's
can I take their bones and lay them out respectfully all together in like an?
I'm just saying, if I was a ghost and somebody said that to me, I'd be like, go ahead.
Yeah, if you're going to take an hour here, or at least attempt to, you could say you're moving their bones around. Where are you going to put them?
I'd like to put them all onto one side. Since there's most some over here right now, I'll put them all on this side of the room.
Like what, the north side?
Yeah, the north side of the room. Like lay them all out next to each other, respectfully.
All right.
Say a little prayer over them, and
So you are moving the bones kind of all to the same area.
Yeah, it'd be
See.
helping him.
Yeah, you think if you were able to get them out of here, maybe you might be able to give a final rest to these specters.
That's gonna
We
have
need
to
their
wait.
help.
Yeah,
They need
I was
to
about to
keep
say,
watch for a
One,
little bit.
we need the help. Two, there's a lot of undead and shit.
He's
out
like
there.
Aragorn in Lord of the Rings. You're like, no, you guys are staying around. We need
yeah,
You
our
guys
we
gotta
need
wait
our
a little
undead
while
army.
longer.
one
We still
one
gotta
last.
find your queen.
We got one last ride, you know.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming she's on the island. That's my best guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
So
And
and
I guess we don't collect their essences either, because I don't
No.
want to insult them.
That does not seem like the best idea. Is there anything else in here, or over there just skeletons?
oh well, you don't think they would care if you took because it's not like it's their bodies. It's just what's left over after their spirits were destroyed.
You don't mind if we use your
I'll
leftover
collect it
spirit
then.
juices, right?
Can we
Yeah.
ask
Tiny.
first, like just to make sure, or, you know?
They
Hey, you don't mind, do you?
are you asking them?
Yeah, I'll point to the essence on the ground.
He says, if it can aid you, then take it.
I'll just
And then
give a solemn nod.
he sinks into the ground. So you
See you
would
later.
be able to pass the hour. It's about 12:30 at this point in the afternoon. So if you want, go ahead and
awkward.
do a short rest.
So could I, before I did that, could I do a second win and get that back beforehand?
That's what I just said. I just used all my key.
Yeah, if you still had your
Yeah,
second
I'm
win,
about
that's
to burn
fine.
all my key points.
I get it back when I rest.
It just brings me back to full.
I only
Short,
have 2 hit die left.
short rest characters.
I got none.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
don't
got-
know if I even want to use them. Yeah, I might as well, right? Oh shit! No, hold on.
So what do you all want to do?
Collect the essence.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, give me religion.
I'm assuming there's nothing in this room with note, like loot wise.
It doesn't look like it's very old and dusty. The only thing you would notice of note in here is the door over here. Seems like it's heavily barred.
Maybe
and
the ghost dude already left.
There is sort of an old sign kind of etched into the wall here that would say danger, do not disturb.
I really want to ask the dude.
It looks like
he already left.
Yeah, it looks like it may have been from the time when this place was under the control of the humans, because it looks like it's old and covered in dust.
Was that 100 years ago, or whatever?
According to what he said, it sounded like, yeah.
I'm gonna point at the door after reading that and be like, guys, there was something dangerous in here. Don't know if it's still there though.
Well, we'll see.
The other thing, if you get close to the door, it sounds like there's water flowing inside.
There's also some water flowing in there.
Interesting.
Take that as you will.
Interesting.
Tiny, you want to collect the essence? I'm not
Yeah,
as religious
I'm
as
getting
you are.
I wish our ghost friend didn't leave. I would have asked him about it.
And Tiz, are you actually still wounded?
No. I'm just stupid.
Alright, so go ahead and
using
give me
last
a
hit
roll for the essence.
No. Well, I didn't get all my health back. I got most of it. Always hope I don't get injured anymore. 'Cause I
Look,
don't
you
have any
took
hit
that
die left.
patch.
Yeah, I got the patch.
Cool.
You get the name as well.
Oh, good roll.
Uyan.
Okay.
His troops.
Oh, I thought he said Leon.
Leon.
I'm dumb as hell.
So
Resident Evil 4 trailer.
you would get, let's see, about 80 gold pieces worth of Sword Wraith essence. Sword Wraith Warrior.
That's a new bottle.
That is a CR3 creature for crafting, if you care about that.
We definitely do.
Maybe not at this specific moment, but we will.
CR3?
Yeah, you can also just use it to make components if you don't want to save the essence. Well, religious components. Alright, so yeah, time has passed. You've collected the essence. What do you all want to do?
Shall I pick this door?
Push through it.
Logged it, by the way, Tiny already on the sheet. Yeah,
So the door is barred. You'd have to pull the boards off of it.
Oh.
And the lock itself looks like it is a fairly difficult lock. You believe the DC would be 20 if you assess it.
Before we do that, I'm gonna be like, guys, hear me out. You know I'm ride or die. You know I'm gonna go in there if you guys are going there. Do we really want to go in there?
We're looking for the queen. She could be anywhere. So
Fair enough.
there
Open
as
that
well.
fucking door.
So, but I'll be like, I'll turn to the rest of the party, see if that they still want to do that. Yeah.
Yes. I didn't think it was a question.
Yeah, I mean,
It has been like 100 years, so maybe the danger ain't there no more.
Everything's dangerous. But I'm gonna try to. I don't know how long it's gonna take them to open that door, but I'll begin a ritual.
Hey, look at that! I did it.
I took about 13
okay,
seconds.
never mind.
I did it.
Alright, well, you unlocked it. You would probably need... does anyone have a crowbar to get the boards off?
I have a magical sword and 19.
I mean, I have Smith's tools and cleaning
I got the
tools.
grappling hook.
I think Fogger is trying to say yes.
Alright, so you get out your crowbar and start yanking the boards off. After a couple of minutes and making a bit of noise, you think the door is ready to open. It looks like it opens towards you.
Okay. Somebody open the door.
Are we ready?
I'm ready.
Do you want me in the front?
Sure.
Punch you boys in the front.
I mean, or Tizzy, I think you two guys got it
Man,
as
I'm a
well.
thug.
Okay.
I don't want to cry.
Why did you ask?
I do not want to be in front.
Makes sense.
Matt's like, he's like,
I got
get up
it.
front. Never mind, y'all got it.
Matt's like, I got it. No, never mind. Fuck it. I don't care.
Go ahead and you can pull your tokens off, actually.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Well, that was
Total
anticlimactic.
So you pull the doors open, which opens into a small, well, not a small, but a back area where it looks like there are 2 fountains and something written on the floor over here.
Ew.
It looks like it's written in Dwarvish.
Do I read it?
What do it say?
So you take a look at it. It says the water. Okay, you read it aloud. Give me one moment.
The fountain will die immediately.
I'll just type it out.
That means it's a bull crap.
These fountains are these fountains right here? Is that what these are?
Yeah.
Yes.
Apparently. But then where's the danger coming from?
Probably the water.
It's gonna water.
Yeah.
That would, yeah, I would. It's not quite what I meant, but yes.
It's not gonna kill me. I'll try it, but
It'll give you eternal youth.
The DMs are sitting there like, yeah, Drew, from I dare you. It'll kill you instantly.
I already got it. Don't even.
I mean, there are things worse than insta death.
Zoda's already like dipping his hand in the water, about to take a drink. Like, what?
I was like, huh?
Well, what's up? Oh, I should wait. My bad.
Been a while since I took a bath.
Tiny's
Move
gonna
out
start
here,
making
take a
again.
base. I will run out of the room.
That sounds hilarious. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm grabbing. I'm thirsty, so I go grab a drink of water and just.
I'm just gonna look at you like you're stupid.
Just get a sip.
I'm gonna be like, I'll take the rest of the party. I really hope that water isn't dangerous.
Oh, this water is refreshing, guys.
Does anyone have religion? I guess some of you do. This is what the inscription says.
Please don't be bad. Please don't be bad. One of our party members just took a drink of this.
Oh, did you take a drink?
Apparently Zota did.
Oh.
Wow, wait, give hell. Another give certain death.
Did you actually take a drink, Zoda?
Yeah, I did.
Zoda is dead.
Give me a D100 roll.
Oh god.
Which one did you drink?
Shit, dude. The bottle one, I guess.
This one.
Maybe it doesn't mean literally either or. Maybe it's like they both have a chance to kill you. They both have a chance to heal you.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's sort of random.
I think this D100 is determining which is which.
Well, it affects everybody different.
All right, so you take a drink of this south fountain. Nothing feels different. It's very okay. It feels extremely refreshing as you drink from it, but nothing seems obviously different about you.
And after I drank, I said it's very refreshing. So that's actually funny. That ties in. That's perfect.
Yeah, you know what's ironic about that is that like, if he says that, the rest of us may just be like, "Oh, really? Let us have a drink."
No, because y'all just read what it said, and now y'all are looking at me like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn to them and be like, "I think he got lucky."
And I just keep drinking. It's like, "Oh, this is
shit.
Great water."
It does seem very refreshing as you drink from the southern fountain.
You might as well keep drinking it, I guess. Fuck it. All out. Go for a swim. I don't know.
I just look, have a concerned look at Zoda as I hear what the inscription says.
I looked at everybody.
What's the matter?
I'll be like, Tiny, read it again. Tiny, one more time. Zoda, listen.
I think
Did
Tiny.
you try the other fountain?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Zoda, try the other one. See what happened.
After hearing what's read, I was like,
"Oh, that could have been bad."
Heck, you were in stasis for a while anyway.
Just imagine if you actually just died.
It would be hilarious. It would be absolutely hilarious. I don't know if y'all want to gamble on that. I don't know.
I kind of do, but I'm not gonna.
It's like a 50-50 chance, man.
As fun as that sounds, I don't really want my character to die.
All right.
I could always make another one.
Zoda, make a note somewhere in your character that you were affected by the fountain.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right.
I'll write it in the task and effects.
Oh, you're gonna write it?
So it's,
okay.
Drink from fountain. Like dum dum.
Random fountain that either kills you or gives you eternal youth. And what is the date?
It is the 67th of autumn, 12:30.
This is gonna come back and do some shit.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh, that's all we can do. Like, YOLO.
Maybe good thing I read it first because I was gonna go clean off in it. But
maybe
Just
maybe
take a
it'll
bath.
cure his vampirism. That'd be great.
Like if nobody had read it, I probably would have took a drink.
Yeah, you know, if it cures his vampirism, that's like a win-win for him. If it kills him, it's still a win-win.
It's an
I guess so.
interesting way to look at it. But
Zota wants to die.
yeah, what are you all gonna do? It seems that Zota at least hasn't been affected badly by the South Fountain.
Don't know what we can do. It's just 2 fountains. We're not gonna drink from, like he said.
Yeah,
can I look around for like any secret panels or secret doors?
I fill my with the water.
Like
Yeah, maybe we can like fill glass bottles and use those shits like holy water grenades.
So if you look around this room, you would notice that there are some markings on the floor around the different fountains. The walls seem fairly plain, the walls and the ceilings. Actually, history might tell you something, or your dwarven stone cunning, if you want to make an intelligence check.
Can I make one with proficiency?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the architecture looks strange in this place. It doesn't even look like the architecture you're used to seeing from the dwarven runes. This might be even older, whatever this chamber is.
It seems this chamber is ancient. Far older than I.
Yeah, and Tiny, you don't get much from taking a look around, unfortunately.
I got advantage, so it's
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you have +3 on that?
Yeah, it's my history.
So you remember something in dwarven lore about the 2 fountains that were gifted to the dwarves by Muradin, but you don't remember exactly what they do off the top of your head. You didn't realize they were here.
Right.
But this goes with some lore that you might remember reading a long time ago.
Okay.
Let's carry on.
You think they have something to do with one of the great wars the dwarves had waged against Orcus and some of his people.
I would definitely say a silent prayer at him then, because it's Morden is his god. So
yeah. So this place is kind of like not a holy shrine, but an area of significant. I don't even know what it would be called. Significant to you as a follower of Moradin.
Okay.
I'm guessing they just look the exact same.
yeah, I imagine there's some Morden symbols probably somewhere on the walls or on the floors around these fountains. Imagine.
Oh yeah, I guess I'll say maybe above the inscription here there's symbols of Moradin on the wall there. That would make sense.
Man, I'm so curious about what happens if you drink it.
I'm
but I'm also really scared.
I'm still just drinking
Right.
You
So
start
we
chugging
ready
that
to
shit.
move on, or?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm good.
Right.
Alright, so you head back out.
Yep.
We continue north.
Well,
So,
I might have to.
what?
What, drink some of the water?
Yeah. You say a prayer to
Fucking all out.
Morden.
Oh wow. Okay, do it.
Yeah, real Sigma Mal. Let's do it.
Which fountain are you drinking out of?
The other one.
That's a
North
great
one?
idea.
Yep.
Alright. Give me a D100 roll.
Tiny got the right fountain.
Okay. Yeah, you would feel as well refreshed by the North Fountain as you drink from it. And
This
Mark,
could be like some delayed effect shit. Like,
I'm gonna put down. I'm gonna say, bless me, and then we'll go, and I'll leave.
All right, so yeah, you think it may have at least you think you chose correctly for whatever reason. You wonder what the South Fountain would have done to you. But yeah, go ahead and mark yourself as affected by the fountain as well.
That's alarming.
I already wrote it down.
All right.
Damn.
You
Ready?
think you chose correctly.
It's growing inside me.
Yeah.
Zoda thinks the water tastes
8
good.
hours later, Tiny has explosive diarrhea.
That's a small price to
Boil
pay.
You
water
do
first.
not want to be around me if that happens.
Tiny just explodes and it just explodes.
All right, so you leaving the room behind, you head back out, and you said you're heading north here?
Yeah, that's what Bogger said, right?
Yeah, sounds good. Unless anybody wants to go a different direction.
Let's see what the big loud thing
Is there a
is.
door up here?
Yeah, there is another double door here. It looks like it, again, has not been disturbed in a while. Looks like the door, while it's not sealed up, it just doesn't look like anyone has opened it in a long time. So you don't think
Still hear the
ghouls
noise.
have gone through this way?
This is where that noise was. I need to take another listen.
You don't hear anything now.
Oh.
Shall
Nose
we
goes.
take a gander?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me one moment. Check something
Open the door.
here.
Let's go, YOLO.
All right, so you push her. Did I say it opened inward, right? You push the doors open, making a little bit of noise and revealing an area. It looks like it is full of bones. A very large tunnel of some kind.
Can I check the floor?
Holy shit. There's a lot of bones.
That's a fucking ton of. Let's leave.
You also
Can I
would
check
notice that a bunch of the
Man.
bones have been broken, as if something large was stepping on them at some point.
Are there any
That is a mass
Are there-
grave.
Are there any ones that look like they're intact though? I could
Guys.
Yeah, there's
Got a bone dragon.
There's a lot of skeletons that are intact in here. You're wondering if these may have been drug in here as bodies at some point and just kind of laid here, like you said, a mass grave of some kind. And there's a pretty nasty rank stench in here, just of stale air and rot.
Do we go left or do we go right?
Again,
check the floor first.
Again, this looks like
Head
some
the
kind
fuck
of
up.
old dwarven structure. This one looks like it is from the Therian Empire, though, not like that shrine that you were just in. This one looks more like the rest of this place.
I start walking on the wall.
Okay.
If we die, I'm blaming all of you.
Which way are you going?
I'm just standing right next to y'all, right here. Here, I'll move myself here.
Let's go to the left. We've been
You wanna go
doing left. Yeah.
All right.
And I'll ask the party, do you mind if I take a minute?
No,
Why
please.
Okay. So
These cracks in the ground, are they stable or?
Yeah,
or
so
good?
you think that most of these cracks may have been made either probably from just old age and maybe something large moving around in here. You don't think the floor is going to cave in.
Cool.
These skeletons like bare, or do they have some tattered clothes, equipment on them? What?
Some of them have tattered clothes, others look bare.
I'll tell you that my character's head is on a swivel. He is looking around for whatever was making that noise.
So it looks like
Yes.
there's a dead end here. It just kind of goes to a wall that you would guess may have had some kind of things hanging up on it at some point, because there's little hitches where you might hang a painting from, but nothing on there.
Can
Maybe
I,
a hall.
take an active perception on these piles as we go by to see if I see anything that might catch my eye?
Sure, give me a perception check.
There you go.
Big
Jeez.
time.
Damn.
So as you're going past this pile here, you think you see something buried under all the bones, something that might be, you want to try to, well, hang on, let me actually see what you see. Oh, damn it. Just kicked me out. Give me one moment.
I'll do one of them stopping my track things, you know. Whoa, what was that?
Yeah.
So,
Waker dog.
yeah, at first you, basically, like, you kind of, oh wow, it really kicked me out. Sorry, one moment, I gotta get back in the game. It sent me to a different game.
The AI is taking over. Ah.
Yeah. It looks
Stop it,
like
Denny.
something shines back at you, almost like it reflects off something that's glass underneath a bunch of bones.
Like a diamond, shines bright like a diamond.
You're not sure.
Umbrella diamond.
This is what
Tiny's the
Tiny,
one
yeah,
seeing
Tiny
this.
is the one who saw this. Yeah, exactly.
I'm going bone diving.
You want to start moving things aside?
Yes.
He said YOLO.
No, are you just gonna straight like dive like into the?
I assume he's not actually diving. That would be really gross.
Hope he does.
But you know, it'd be funny, but no. No, he's
Yeah.
moving bodies.
That's head
So
first,
you're
snaps his
moving
neck,
these
dies.
bones aside, and you uncover a potion. It looks like it's been buried in these bones for a while. An old-looking potion. Luckily, it has not broken. There are several other broken bottles down here, which may have been other potions, but this one seems still intact.
Okay. Right, like
Identify
a
it.
couple of empty bottles or anything, is there either? If there is, we'll take those too.
No, it looks like someone here had either had potions on them and they broke under the weight of the bones, or maybe, yeah, maybe someone. You're not sure how they got here exactly.
Okay. I'll pull it out and dust it off. Any markings on it or identifying marks?
Yes, it actually has something written on it in common. It says fire breathing. There's like a little piece of paper attached to it.
Sweet. That's a nice one. Look at this, guys.
Interesting.
All right. Shall we proceed? Good find.
Good eye, Tiny.
Alright, so you move down the hall to a spot where there are two massive double doors that you see over here. It looks like they are closed. However, markings in the dust would make you think these have been opened recently by something.
I lean towards Locoon and I'm like, this might be what we're looking for.
I think so. That will go all the way up to the double doors. Does it look like it looks like it opens outwards towards us, or and it looks like does it look like we can open it?
So it looks like it would require a good amount of strength, but you could certainly try to pull it open because they're pretty massive.
All right, yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah,
Who has good strength here?
I think I do.
All right.
Mine's
so
only 16.
what about
There
Tiny?
you go.
Oh, I'm not
No.
good,
I'm
but yeah.
high strength.
Sorry.
Not yet, anyway.
Okay, so it's me, Tiziano and Bogger trying to open this.
Give me
Yeah.
some
Sure.
strength checks.
Oh, guidance soda.
All
Okay.
right.
So a check, not a save.
Oh, my bad. I rolled the wrong one.
I got a 15. Let's
Oh.
go.
But
All
I
right.
do count as one size larger. I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, so I'll give you advantage on that. So Zoda's having some issues, but Bogger and Tiziano are doing pretty well. You do manage to make some noise as the door is kind of hitting against some of the bones there, but you get the door partially opened, and it looks like it leads into another massive hall, probably dwarven, and it would be into a different area. So you'd be leaving the map.
Oh shit.
Shall we proceed?
I mean, I think this
Let's
is
go.
what. I
Do
think
it.
this is what.
Cool. Yeah.
We opened the door for a reason, yes?
Yeah.
Indeed.
I don't know, I was just following directions.
Does anyone have survival?
Yes.
Survival might tell you something here.
Oh, I do.
If you go through the door.
I also have it.
Might not.
Fuck, we both suck.
So
Both fucking terrible.
you do notice that there are a lot of signs of passage. Something large, definitely. You don't know exactly what it is, though, unfortunately, just by
That big motherfucker.
looking at the scratches and like the dust, where the dust was kind of moved aside, or like, yeah, whatever moved through
Cool.
here. So you leave this area traveling underground. It looks like you come to an area as you're going underground here where the tunnel kind of separates. There's a massive cave-in, so you can't continue down the tunnel, but it also the side of the passage kind of opens up into a natural cave that goes north, and another part looks like it opens up into some sort of maybe a sewer area that continues going to the east of here. So you kind of have a choice of which direction you want to go. You don't think you're under the keep anymore. You think you might be under the streets of Issyk.
Epic.
Should we head back towards the keep?
I feel like they said the queen is probably around the keep, but maybe I don't know.
Yes, but that is a secondary goal. Our main goal is to find what?
And I look at everyone with my kind of hand out, like to motion. What are we looking for?
Oh,
What-
the vault.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If we find it right now, I don't think I'm not opposed to going forward for sure.
Cool.
But
If we find
yeah.
it now, we can go report it and
Mm,
get it open. Simple as that.
okay. I don't think it'll be that simple, but sure. So which way are we going? The sewer? There's two ways.
Yeah, so if you
Sewer
continue
way?
this way, you can go into an old-looking sewer, or you can follow a cave, which goes north. The sewer goes east, the cave goes north. The sewer looks like it goes further underground. The cave might kind of slope towards the surface, if that gives you any bearing.
I'm kind of interested in the cave, but the sewer is probably deeper towards
You're
the
right.
castle
Let's go to the
or
cave.
whatever.
I mean, the cave does.
Is it north just that lake?
We can always backtrack.
Yeah.
Exactly. That goes up is kind of interesting. If we can find another way that goes up to the surface, that could be advantageous.
You think you don't think the big thing went in the sewer because you don't think it would have enough room.
Yeah.
It probably went in the cave, which is much larger.
All right.
We'll get it.
Okay, maybe the. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
All right, you're changing my mind. Let's go to the sewers, guys.
Go big or go home.
Well, what do you guys want to do?
Well, at first I was like, let's go north. Maybe it leads to the island. Maybe we can see what's going on there.
Yeah.
Then he said the big thing went that way.
Well, you would guess, unless it had some way of getting into the smaller sewer area, which you doubt, because it doesn't look like it would
That's
fit
a
down
fair
there.
point. Maybe it's that big thing swimming in the lake.
All right, let's take a vote.
All right. Cave.
Okay.
I'm cave.
Going for cave.
You know what?
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
two for
originally
cave?
cave, and I'm gonna change my mind. Let's go cave.
Oh my god. I
Oh,
changed my
man.
mind to sewer, but okay. That's 3 for cave and 1 for sewer.
I'm with you, fellas, but I sort of like the dwarven fortifications behind us. But go ahead.
Alright, so let's
Continue
replace the cave.
exploring the other dungeon.
I'm also fine going back and exploring the dungeon if there's more too.
Yeah, there's definitely
is
more
also-
places to look around that you haven't been
Yeah,
to.
there might be a cool story to them or
I'm just
something.
thinking if it's something big, it might be good to do on the morrow when we're
Yeah,
more
more energized.
Yeah, that's
No,
all.
Can we maybe rest in the sewer? Is that?
How about we could rest in
Who the hell
the
was the rest
ghost?
of the store?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
those
you don't
two.
think that sewer is, an actual sewer anymore, because, no one's been in the city for a long time, but it's probably still got a bunch of tunnels down there. You might wonder what's in them.
We could do tiny hut, go to the sewers, wait. How long does the tiny hut last?
8 hours.
8
or
hours.
something.
Which is a long
What time
rest.
is it actually? That's a good question. What time is it in the day?
I think it's still afternoon. Unfortunately, I
Oh,
got kicked
God.
out. It's 12:30.
Okay. I changed my vote for sewers.
Howard.
Let's just do a minor foray. Well, is anybody really stuck on caves? No. But,
No.
okay.
I was kind of.
Let's just
I
do a
mean,
minor
it would be kind of
foray
nice to
into
go back
sewers.
and explore the rest of the dungeon. There might be some cool shit in there.
Well, we'll go back.
Yeah.
It's not like we're gonna be
Yeah. Cool.
on for long. I'm sure we'll get this
Yeah,
figured
we're
out.
gonna have to backtrack.
All
We
right.
have
Yeah,
a
I mean,
lot to do.
Sewers might give us another access up into the town too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great
absolutely.
It's true.
for moving like troops in and whatnot into the keep.
All right, so you're heading east into the sewer tunnels?
Yeah.
All right. So you would guess these were built by humans, probably humans of old Issac. They don't look like dwarven architecture. They're definitely not as nice as some of the dwarven ruins you've been going through. These are kind of more primitive. But this would lead you to a new area. So give me a moment.
I'm dropping copper coins every so often so we can find our way back.
Sure. How many are you expending?
I'll do it about every, I don't know, 50 feet or so.
All right.
So however that takes.
So we'll say,
Especially if we turn.
yeah. I mean, there's a main kind of sewer tunnel that you can follow if you just want to keep going straight. These passages sort of twist and turn a little. But you do get to a place. Hang on a sec.
Someone is still mapping, right? Or no?
Yeah.
It's logged in task and effects.
Okay.
See it in the ledger.
All right.
Yeah. And I also have, chalk that I can mark on walls if we want to do that. But
Alright, so you come finally to an area as you're following this main tunnel where there are bars keeping you from continuing straight. It looks like there is a door to the west here, or you'd have to head back. Through the bars, you would see another door to the south here.
Can we bend the bars?
I could get through and unlock doors.
Yeah. I see shadows in there.
So the bars look pretty sturdy. Bending them would probably be extremely tough because they're thick.
Maybe there's panels somewhere.
It looked like a portcullis, like it just raises and lowers like a door.
You don't think this is meant to raise and lower? This might be like some way that sewage maybe flowed through. You're not sure why they put bars here.
Keep creatures up.
Yeah, maybe to keep certain things from going that way in the tunnel. But yeah, the only way you can see to go right now besides the bars is, like I said, this large set of doors here.
To the west end.
You would see that the doors are not sealed at all. In fact, it might be partially open, and there's a lot of footprints in the mud.
So I may embarrass myself, but I am going to try to open or try to bend a bar.
Well,
I believe in you.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
What if we assist?
Are the bars stuck in the stone?
Yes. Oh, they're what's it
I
called?
wasn't gonna stop him anyways.
Whatever it's called when it's like they're built into the stone walls here.
We can melt it.
Yeah, and he could just move the stone, and then we could just take the bars out. Simple as that.
That would probably be possible.
Yeah.
If you remove the bars on the side there, you could probably get through. Although that would
Fresh footprints here, though.
that would cost a spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait for them to decide what they want to do.
What type of prints are they?
They look like some sort of like bare feet, possibly ghouls.
Yeah.
Bare feet.
I'm good. Yeah.
Maybe lock this door. Is there a way we could lock it?
No, it doesn't look like there's a lock on it. Like I said, it's kind of partially opened already.
Jam it. But
it looks like it opens away from you, so like this way.
Oh,
cool.
If you want, you can peek through it.
Yeah. Somebody
Sure.
with high perception.
All right.
I'll stealthily peek through it first.
So, peeking through the door, you see another large room with a grate in the center, and some kind of weird greenish-looking, like slimy stuff to the south.
I love slimy stuff.
it's the ooze.
Did you say you were or weren't mapping this area?
I am.
Okay. So you expend some more paper, but yeah, what are you gonna do?
Well, you want me to hop across these bars real quick and see if it's worth that expenditure?
Can you? Oh, if you can do it, then yes.
I can try. You just have to close your eyes and turn your lights off.
Bet.
Cool.
I
And then
do that.
try to shadow step across.
Yeah, I mean, you could easily get across, because there are shadows over there, so go ahead and spend your key points or whatever. Or wait, you get it for free, right?
Yeah.
Just a bonus action. So yeah, you step into the darkness, suddenly reappearing in the darkness over here. Pull yourself on over there.
See if that door is locked.
I will check to see if the door is locked.
The south door there doesn't look like it's a door as much as some kind of wooden gate, because it looks like underneath it stuff is supposed to flow. So like basically at the bottom of the door it's kind of open, and there's kind of a nasty smell coming from inside. Do you want to try to push it open? It doesn't look like there's a lock on it.
I will relay that information back to the party.
I think
And
those are
ask if-
floodgates.
Yeah, I don't want to be caught over here alone.
Well, you can always shadow step back.
Yeah. And then it looks like there is a grate over here. And more of that nasty ooze stuff.
So the grate here looks like it's a bit flooded. Maybe it's clogged up as there's like a bunch of water making a puddle. It looks like the water's slimy, but you don't think there's actual like slime there like the other room. There's a lot of definitely a heavy mildew stench coming from down here. So you're guessing you're guessing water from the streets might still flow down here when it rains or something.
Alright. It sounds like we have a way to get around this if we want. And there's a door. But y'all's call. And I'd shadow step back across.
Alright. You reappear back on the other side with the group.
Well, was it open? Like you could have looked in, or what?
I guess I could do that, yeah. Yeah, I'll shadow step back across.
Just peek in, yeah.
Yeah, and
All right, so you're gonna
open
push
the door.
push the south gate open.
Oh Lord.
Well, can I look
always-
underneath it?
You could always shadow step back. Like at this point, you know, then there's bars stopping that. For if there's anything in there, there's bars stopping it from getting us.
Except for water.
Can I poke my head underneath to see if I could see anything?
Yeah, you can see in the dark, right?
Yeah.
All right, so poking your head under. Oop. Did I mess up the map? Oh no. All right, so poking your head under, you would see what looks like a bunch of bones in the dirt. You can't see too well. There might also be more slime over there. But yeah, there's a bunch of what look like maybe human bones. It's hard to tell from over here because it's kind of dark in there. What's your passive perception with disadvantage because of darkness?
14.
Yeah, so you know there are bones, but that's about all you would have seen, and a little bit of some of the slime.
Cool. Bones and slime. Should I open it still? I guess I will, because Jota suggested it. So I'll crack it open.
Alright. So you push the floodgates open, and you would see a bunch of slime to the south. These bones look like they've been bleached by something.
Ooh, yum. Acid.
Yeah, like almost like they got covered in some sort of acid or something ate away at the flesh. And the markings make you think that these might be from something that walked. Give me a survival check. Oh, yeah, so you think several creatures walked through the mud and something killed them where the bones are. And this may have happened somewhat recently.
Alright, I'll pass that along and ask them if they're ready for a fight.
What do you mean ready for a fight? Because we can't even get over there.
It sounds like...
I think the question is, are you ready for a fight?
Oh, well, it sounded like we had a plan to get over there.
Through here?
Or to get you all through.
You... How can you?
Stone shape?
Please elaborate.
Amara?
Is there a true need to go that way?
That's a good question.
We don't know.
We can always come back here, but maybe Amara, do we want to do that now, or do we want to do it later? Or it takes a use of her energies, that's all.
We can come back to it.
Cool. Then I will.
We know it's now.
Cool. I'll poof back over to the party.
Alright, so you poof over there. And what do you want to do?
Perhaps we go ahead and check out the area to the left.
Cool.
I'll open this fully then.
Alright, give me one moment to look at something.
And we all died.
Sick.
Fireball.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Zoda keels over.
You
Bring in the water.
stumbled upon...
Delayed effect.
Yeah, delayed effect from the fountain.
They say instant death.
You're right.
Give me
Just said certain death.
exactly. Give me one
Death is death.
moment.
He is already affected by undeath, so maybe it'll counter it. Who knows? Yeah. Maybe that's why he didn't kill over.
Alright, so you open the door leading into the area you saw earlier. do you want to do?
I walk in with sword and shield drawn and ready for anything.
Does this green stuff look like it's acid?
It just looks like some sort of not fungi, algae, some like thick algae. You don't think it's acidic, but you don't know for sure.
Does it look like there's something over this way?
Yeah, so if you go over that way, it looks like the wall is open there, and there is a little bit of water flowing south.
This might be another.
Is it clean water?
It looks like it might be gray water, so like drainage from the street. You don't think it's actual sewage.
If we look down and here shining a light down there, do we see anything down there on the grate?
It looks like just a drainage grate. There's probably some water below, but you're not sure if there's anything actually down there. Alright, stop moving for one moment. I want to check something.
Here it is.
Is the pipe
All
under that grate large enough to walk in, or is it smaller underneath?
This? Oh, you could probably get in there. Alright.
So carry forward.
I mean, yeah, I would say we're already like underground, right? Or
Yeah.
so do we want to go even more underground, like underground, right? Like what?
No, you got me thinking. I'm starting to get claustrophobic.
I feel right at home.
So as you're kind of walking this way, you see almost like something is moving within the slime there. Go ahead and place yourselves on the board.
Okay. I try to be out in front when I can.
Well, I was just looking at the grate a minute ago, seeing if I could fit down it.
Give me one moment. Alright, so you think you see some sort of human starting to stand up from inside the slime over here. It looks, yeah, like a humanoid of some kind. It looks like it has old-looking clothes on, and it would start to approach you. It's moving very unnaturally, though. Almost like it's kind of shifting as it moves. Go ahead and give me initiative rolls, as it looks like it might be hostile.
Before we do that, I just say
That doesn't look healthy.
Why do I suck so much?
Says the guy that drank out of a random fountain.
he was
And
thirsty.
was also an undead vampire.
He couldn't help it.
Fair enough.
The clothes look kind of like those guards that you had, the ghost guards you had fought.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, can we say something to him, or do we have to wait for initiative, or...
Yeah.
So, as he moves, several others begin to move as well. And yeah, give me initiative rolls. Just trying to figure out how I'm going to do this.
Wow, so they don't look like undead. They look like humans.
Yeah, they're all covered in the slime.
Huh.
Interesting.
And you would see, or you would probably hear from behind you, 2 more coming out over here. So let me see.
And they're wearing the uniforms that Uyon's men were wearing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Let's see. What's the initiative bonus on this guy? Oh, quite high, actually. All right.
I mean, yeah. Jeez.
So the first act.
How come it doesn't put me on the... Oh, there it is. There I see myself. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you know what? To make this easier here, I'm just going to put this on the board here, even if some of you might know what these are.
I don't.
Oh, is that right there? Yeah, I have no clue.
Just because it's going to be kind of annoying tracking these if I don't use the right token. All right, so yeah, this weird-looking humanoid arises, starting to move out of the slime. It moves towards you, and it suddenly contorts in a weird way, where its chest opens up and a slimy appendage slaps out at you.
Oh my god.
Nasty.
So,
Weird little shits. We haven't said nothing to you yet.
I guess there's no parlay.
No. Parasite the maximum or whatever.
Yeah.
Wow, I even looked at what they're called. I still don't know what the hell they are.
So
That's good.
the attack comes out at you. 18 versus AC, I believe, would miss you.
This is 20 AC.
Okay. And I need a wisdom saving throw from you.
Oh.
As the thing swings at you, you feel like something is attacking your mind.
Oh shit. Can I do something here? Can I use my reaction?
Yeah, suffer.
Yeah. What
Alright,
is your
so
reaction?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my arcane deflect.
Okay.
So I get +4 from that, so I'm at 11. And
Yeah.
then I'm going to use the saving face. And I have 5 allies around me, so that will bring me up to 16.
All right, so you would resist it.
Oh shit! I don't like these guys.
All right. So yeah,
Oh, man, these guys are great.
you kind of grasp at your head as something is attacking you mentally, but yeah, luckily you are unaffected. This one here, let me get rid of the party token, is going to come down towards Zota, doing something similar, as it sort of whips a pseudopod at you.
Yeah.
26.
Yeah. That hits.
So you are struck for 10 bludgeoning, 5 psychic. And it is also going to try to attack your memory, or attack your mind.
I messed up. 1 sec. -9. -15. Okay, there we go. -15. All right, and what's the save? Wisdom?
Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Alright. So you are affected by psychic energies, taking 19 psychic.
Oh.
And you need to roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from any ability check or attack roll. Okay, so wait, how long does that last?
Oh,
that's till you finish the long or short rest.
Nasty.
There's a lot of text there. I always forget what these things do. Wall memory drain. Yeah, each time. On the first, the die size. Okay.
Oh wait, isn't Zota undead?
not it's
No,
No, he's not.
yeah,
Okay.
it's sort of. It's weird.
Oh,
But Lokun, what are you gonna do?
These things suck. I'm just gonna cast. I think I'm going to. I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp at the one that's next to me.
Okay.
And they're just gonna keep crowding me no matter what. Actually, I don't think this makes a difference. No, I think I'll just stay where I am. And instead, I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere at the 3rd level.
Okay. So you summon a flaming sphere onto the battlefield. Got it.
And I'll place it like so. And smash it to the one that's highlighted in green. How about that one? Yeah.
All right. Okay, so it smashes into that one, making him do a dex save. Uh, 11 would fail. So it is struck for 13 damage. And you would see... this one also seemed to react as if it was also burned by the fire.
Oh, okay.
That is it for Lokun. This Oblex is very unhappy about the fire. Or this, whatever this is, this creature. As it moves 5, 10, 15, and will attack you at disadvantage.
Okay.
As a pseudopod whips at you. 18 versus AC.
Misses.
Alright, and it will once again try to eat your memories. Give me another wisdom save.
Alright, this shit sucks. But it's whatever.
It does.
Alright, so you resist, taking no damage as you continue to fight off their psychic advances. Zota,
Alright, so
you are affected by 1 level of their memory drain, so you have minus D4 to all your attack rolls, and I think it was ability checks.
Okay.
Yeah, ability checks and attack rolls.
They took away your training.
Yeah, they took away my... That was the memory they took away.
How do I swing a sword?
Remember that training session you had last week? Not anymore.
They stole it.
Who are you people? Where am I? Yeah.
I'm Tiziano.
2 attacks. At this one in front of me.
Okay.
Alright, and I don't think they hit, right? Even with the D4?
That's a good question. What's his AC?
Okay,
No, those would both miss.
Okay.
As the creature moves out of the way. You would now notice, actually, that they have little strings coming off them, like slimy strings that go back into the puddle here.
Oh.
Okay. Can I attack the puddle? Is that an option?
I mean, it just looks like a bunch of slime. You don't know. I guess you could go swing at it, but you're not sure if that would do anything.
What if I'd like...
Oh my god.
Maybe... I got one idea. I don't know if it's a good idea, but I'll try something on my turn.
Alright, so I guess well, it's gonna get an oppie if I move, although I am curious. Can I try to go behind it and cut the tether?
Yeah, if you want to move back there, you could try to swing at it and see what happens.
Alright. So I go right here and action surge. I make a longsword attack. Crit.
Alright. So
Oh.
you crit the slimy string, but it doesn't seem to do anything. It just kind of bounces off. Like it doesn't do any damage to it.
On a crit? Oh, come on.
Yeah, it
Blue.
seems to be immune to the your sword damage.
Damn. I guess another longsword attack at the creature.
Okay.
That sucked.
Yeah, 20
That's
is gonna hit it. Even with the D4, you'll
Four?
still hit.
All right. 11.
Doing 11 slashing.
All right.
And the creature contorts a bunch as you slash it.
Bonus action. Second wind.
Okay.
So what is it? It's 8 plus 1d10. 1d10 plus 8. Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11. Do I get a minus a d4 on that or what?
For what?
For my.
Oh no, not for second. That's only ability checks and attacks.
All right. Yeah. So that's all.
All right. So Bogger, with your passive perception, who has light right now? Tiziano.
Tiziano.
And
Probably pointing towards this guy.
the dwarf. So you would notice like small little bubbles coming from the slime over here. Bogger, with your
Okay.
14 passive.
Cool. Then I will yell that out to the party. Looks like there's bubbles. We might have to throw fire in the slime or something.
That was my idea.
All right. So what are you gonna do?
Let's see. That don't matter none. Cool. Then I'm gonna punch this one right there. I guess if I scoot over 5 feet, do I get flanking?
Yeah.
Yes. No, you have to be adjacent for flanking. Yeah.
Well, that's okay. I'll still punch it.
Yeah. So Tiz can
Yeah.
have it next if he wants.
True. So you take a punch. Note 9 would miss, but a 24 would strike it. Doing 10 points of damage as it contorts more. 16 would strike as well. Doing another 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 points of damage.
Cool. And then I will scoot back here.
Okay, you see more slime down in this room. I don't know if that
shit.
bothers you. Tiziano.
Okay, before I do anything, what would it be an action if I wanted to throw up one of my bottles of oil from my lantern at the slime?
It would. Yeah, so you'd probably have to pull it out as an item interaction, and then you could throw it as your action.
I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe it would help destroy it. I guess I'll do that. I'll throw my bottle of oil into the slime.
Alright, so you pull out an oil flask, using up one of them, and you hurl it over into the slime.
Maybe somebody could light it up, lay it on fire. It'll help.
It shatters, putting a bunch of oil on the slime over there.
No.
Anything else?
That's all I can do if that's my action.
Okay. This guy is going to move 30 feet this way as it comes at you, Tiny. Once again, attacking with its pseudopod. Luckily, you raise your shield blocking, at which point it attempts to attack you mentally. So give me a wisdom save.
Oh, apparently it learns the languages too. And its proficiency. That's cool.
Alright, so luckily you resist and are unaffected by its memory attacks. This one actually just stays here. Amara.
Okay. I want to move first. I want to try to move around the corner down to here.
Okay. So that would put you in range of an Oppie from this thing.
From this thing?
Yeah, because you have to go through this square, because it's a hard corner there.
Okay, let me think. I was right. I was right here.
Yeah, this is wall. You wouldn't actually be going on that
I can't
square.
squeeze there. Okay.
Yeah.
I should have moved my fat ass.
I'm just going to Eldritch Blast this guy then.
Alright, you send some Eldritch energy at that one. 22 strikes with the first attack, doing 13 damage.
Plus Genius Wrath.
Okay, and yeah, it does not have to be magic, so that is 16. As yeah, it contorts more and looks very upset at you. Second blast will miss though.
I'll push it 15 feet from me.
Alright, it goes flying back. You also had noticed that this guy is tethered to something.
Yeah. Is this a occupable square?
No, that would be wall there.
Alright. I don't like where I'm standing. How high are the ceilings in here?
The ceilings, it's only about 10 feet. It's a pretty low ceiling in here.
I'm going to use my elemental gift and fly as a bonus action. I'll fly 10 feet up to the ceiling.
So you use a charge of your elemental gift. That is it for you, Tiny.
Okay. Why not now? That potion I just picked up, I'm gonna pop the cork and drink it.
Okay. The fire breathing?
The fire breathing, yes.
Alright, so you gain the benefits of a fire breathing potion. That was your action. Anything else?
Yeah, let's see. I am going to move to here.
Okay.
Don't I get? I'm gonna double check. I get to attack at the same time, but I guess not.
You had already used your action for the potion. Alright, so that is it for you.
Yeah, because it says I can use a bonus action to exhale the fire.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, you can do it.
Like that flame on fire. Don't let my oil go to waste.
You spit it out from this angle, you probably won't catch me.
I won't catch anyway. Only affects one creature.
Oh, okay. It's not a cone.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure something out. Alright, so you're spitting fire at this guy?
I'm gonna spit at the one in between us. Yeah, it's that DC 13 dex save, or it takes 4d6 of fire. Half on a fail. Half on success.
It will try to dex save.
All this time, Loken just looks over at Tiny. This whole time, Tiny has been telling him not to singe his beard, and now he spits fire.
What did you say the DC was? 13?
13.
Alright, so it would fail, getting caught off guard, screeching as you do 18 points of fire damage.
Nice.
Let me just double check. It doesn't have vulnerability now. Alright, so yeah, it takes 18. And you would see this one over here also screech as this one takes 18.
I'll start spitting.
Alright, new round. This one goes. It starts next to the fire, right?
I think it's at the end of its turn.
Oh, end? Alright. So it's gonna move up this way. You see it start to glow as a bunch of magic missiles fly out of it. Beep, 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 beep. At Tiny.
It's awesome.
5 magic missiles. Luckily, it doesn't hit you very hard. You only take 10 points of damage. And that is it for the Oblex. This one just sits here. And this one is going to once again go for Zota, using its multi-attack. 20?
I mean, my armor class is 20, so that hits, right?
Yeah, so you are hit for 5 bludgeoning and 5 psychic. And it is going to mind attack you again. Eating your memories. Wisdom save, please.
Save.
No! Alright, so you get hit for... I should just make it roll this automatically. 21 psychic, and you are upgraded to a D6 off of your rolls as you hit level 2 of mind eating. Locoon.
So you said this one just sat there. Do I know why? Does it look like the thread has been
No, they're both still threaded. Also, why did your concentration go away?
Oh no. But as long as that the flame thing is on me, that also kind of means I'm concentrating.
Yeah, but it's not I don't think it counts you as concentrating, because it'll give a message if you take damage to remind you that you have a save to make.
Okay.
So let me... I wonder why it just disappeared. That's weird.
Alright. Well, I'll sweep the flame sphere around to where Tiziano lit the oil, or threw the oil to try to light it.
Alright, so a bunch of this stuff would catch fire, but it doesn't seem like it's doing anything to the threads that's going into the muck here.
That's fucking unfortunate.
When you light up the area, you would notice that there are some bars on the wall over here, and you might see something moving around within.
Oh, jeez. Okay. And then, anyways, I'll smash the sphere into this guy that's next to Tiziano, I guess.
Okay.
Sorry, Tiny.
So he gets a dex save. Yep, he is struck, taking 10 points of fire. Which will also do 10 points to this one. And both of them look wounded now, as the continued burning seems to be taking its toll on them.
And then I'll use my regular action to do a shocking grasp on the one that's right next to me.
Alright, so you would have flank. Yep, 17 will strike. Doing 11 lightning. Which again seems to affect the other creature as well.
Sweet. And I am... I think I just need to stay here and give the flank... Oh no, he's fire breathing anyways. So I'm gonna withdraw a little bit. I don't really like these things. I'll just go back one step.
It's gonna whip at you as you try to withdraw.
It's
Oh right, you
got,
did the lightning. All right, so yeah, its reaction was used. Zota.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not liking this. See here. So if I move, he's gonna get an oppie, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna stay and attack him. 2 attacks.
All right, you cut it. Him. The first attack, 23 will strike, and
Even with the D6.
yeah, 16. I need the D6 roll. That might miss. Nope,
D6.
that would still hit. So you strike twice for 16, cutting the creature. That is some kind of weird slimy thing, and it is wounded.
All right. I end my turn.
All right, Bogger.
I'm muted. I will run up to, well, I would want to yell out, are you allies of Uyan? He sent us here. And then run up and punch this one 3 times.
Yeah. All right, you take some punches.
I don't care.
Are you friendly? Starts beating the absolute hell out of him, like.
So
Are
you
you
do
friendly? You have half a second to respond.
12 points on the first attack. You would miss with the second. And 20 would strike it for another 11. Alright, it looks near death as you unload on it. Anything else?
Nope.
Alright, so at the end of your turn, you would see the cord connecting to it snap off, and the creature goes and just kind of falls over motionless, turning to like nothingness, basically like a greenish slime. Or a reddish slime, actually, not green.
Okay.
And the cord kind of retracts into the slime here. Tiziano.
Well, I thought my oil idea was really smart, but I guess not. Let's go punch this guy.
Okay.
It always works.
Yeah.
15 will strike.
Oh, never mind. Let's go.
Or 10, which actually puts this one to near death. 22 will strike. For another 9. It is still just... Both it and the other one look like they're extremely wounded.
Last but not least.
Yeah, 24 will hit.
Oh.
Which...
The lowest damage.
The guy falls over again, turning into a puddle of red ooze, and you would hear a screech coming from behind the wall here as well. Looks like the cord is still attached to these two.
I'd be like, you don't hear that over there? And point. And then end my turn.
Alright, so this thing is going to come over at Amara. And it's going to pseudo smack 21.
Yep.
Alright, so 6 bludgeoning, 4 psychic, and I need a wisdom save.
I'll use inspiration.
Okay. Make an inspired attempt to keep this thing out of your mind. Oh, but it's not enough, unfortunately. As you get a 4d8 psychic, 16, and you are affected by your memories being eaten. So you get one of these. That's it for the creature, Amara.
I'll Eldritch Blast this one.
Alright.
What's 10 feet up in the air?
It would still be able to reach you at 10 feet, because it has 5 feet reach. So you'd still be engaged to it.
Yeah, I'll just blast it.
Alright, you blast down at it, firing several bolts. Yeah, 23 will strike for 15.
I'll Genius Wrath it.
Another
Push it
3.
15 feet.
Alright, it goes flying backwards 15 feet.
Eldritch Blast again.
16 or minus a d4 actually. That might miss.
D4. From my dice roller.
Oh yeah, that will miss. 13 is not enough. Flies past it.
Okay, I'm gonna move. Here.
Alright, Tiny. So the 2 around you turn to mush, but there is 2, or there are 2 more across the room.
Oh, perfect. I can only go 25, so I can't quite make it to him. Matter of fact, I ain't going to. Because I can use the fire breath 30 feet away. I am going to bonus action. Use the fire breath on the first one here.
Alright, pew pew! You take some shots with, or you breathe a bunch of fire at him. I'm gonna check something really quick. Okay. So dex save. It will attempt to get out of the way. Oh, it will not get out of the way, so it takes 12 points of damage as it screeches a bunch and is affected by fire. And this one also seems to screech as it's hit.
And
and they're both wounded.
Let's see. No, I'll just yeah, I'll move 2 this way, just in case it tries to run away. I can still get it.
Okay. New round. So this one and this one are dead. This one's dead. Lokun.
Alright, I'll take a shot of firebolts at the wounded one over here.
Alright, you hurl some fire at it. Oh, no, it will dodge. Anything else?
And I'll just move over here, I think. And bonus action. I'm gonna sweep the flame sphere around here. Like you said, there was another thread over here. I want to see if I can singe it off, maybe.
Well, it's sort of decaying now that these 2 have died.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm just gonna whip the fire sphere over. I think it can only move 30 feet. So let me just double check that.
What was that weird noise
feet.
we heard? But
and it's gonna fly over here, and then yeah, I'm gonna look into when this was lit up by the fire sphere. Did I kind of get a glimpse of what might be lurking behind the bars?
Yes. It looked like a large reddish slime that sort of moved away as you burned its clones out here. You also think you may see a dead one back there as well.
Okay. Interesting. I'll let the party know about that, but that's the end of my turn.
Alright, Zota.
Yeah. So can I like stab through? Can I stab at it through the little grate or whatever we saw over here?
You probably could stab at it. The one that's still there looks like it's dead though. There was another one, but it moved away after it detached from this thing.
Oh, I see. All right. Well, I just take. Oh wait. There you go. I get where's there we go. Boom. I move here.
You're gonna
and,
get singed unless you dash. But
yeah, you're right. So I guess I'll action to dash and then get here.
Yeah.
All right, and I end my turn.
All right, Bogger.
Oh, that would be 40 feet, right? Ah, that sucks. And light is everywhere, so that doesn't help me. Cool, then I guess I'll expend a key point. Oh shoot. I can't go into the flaming spheres square, can I?
Oh, you
You
can.
can go through it.
Yeah, it doesn't take
Don't
up
wanna end there.
space.
Cool. I'll spend a key point to bonus action dash over to here and punch that guy. Or I guess I would have to scoot one closer.
Okay. Yeah, 21 is gonna strike. Doing 10 and 5, 15 points of damage. Wounding both of them very badly.
Cool. And I'll strike again.
Yeah, 14 will just hit.
Cool.
Doing another 12. Oh, it's barely alive, but still up.
Sorry, I tried. And that's my turn.
Alright, at the end of your turn, it's going to detach the threads as these things disappear. And that would end the combat. But yeah, let's do MVP and end here, because we're kind of at the end.
Sorry. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for letting us get through the combat.
Yeah.
Before
That's
we
fine.
ended.
Go ahead and give me a whisper with MVP.
Yeah, that fire breath lasts an hour or 3. So he would go ahead and spell that into his grate if he can.
Yeah, and you could put that under extended effects, because you'll probably have that decent way into next game. The current time after the traveling, because I need to update the clock, would be about 1:30 at this point. So that's when you would start the fire breath. It's 1:30 right now.
Okay. 6, 7, 1:30 p.m.
Yeah, so it'll last till 9:30. I got 3 votes.
It's /W space who you want to whisper,
right? Space GM space who you want to whisper.
GM. I was putting DM.
DM works.
Yeah, I think either will work.
It didn't work. It said unable to find player.
/W. Let me just write it out.
I got it.
All right. I think I'm not. So there's a tie between. Oh wait, no, never mind. Zoto with 3 votes. You're MVP.
Yay!
Nice.
I got smacked around. Is that why or what?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just voted. But who was almost a tie?
That is a secret. No, it was Tiny.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Tiny was almost tied. He had 2 votes.
Okay.
That was my second choice.
Great game, guys. I'll see you next week.
Yes.
Take care, everyone.
All right. Later.
I'll be taking notes, but yeah, everyone have a good night.
Finish.
See y'all.
Hey, by the way, Lou, my tokens still have that issue where I have to kind of reset their AC, but I do have the character sheet does have seat correct on there. At least let me check again.
Are you talking about the Roll20 sheet?
For Scully, my skeleton, his AC is correct on the sheet. Made a change on the character sheet, and I also made the change.
It's probably the
on
token.
her.
Where's
Okay.
where's the token? It's under, what is it? Resources.
Under summon.
Do you have a couple of different? Is it Scully who's acting up?
Yeah, Scully.
Yeah, I know. If I got both my sheets open, I got to change everything on both sheets, or it'll keep bouncing back and forth.
Scully. Let's see. Scully. It says
Bring
it's.
out a token of him.
It says it's 16. Is that not right?
Oh, that is right. How come? Okay, I thought I had to change that earlier. But
was it a different one?
Token. Oh, I only have one Scully, so that looks like it's working right.
Yeah, it should be set to whatever the character sheet's NPCAC is set to, which is set to 16. So that should always reflect that. And the HP, I think, will always reflect. Well, actually, what is that set to? Oh no, that 13. Yeah. So okay,
it's just the average. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll just be 13. Okay. Yeah.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. No worries.
Good night, guys.
Night.
Yep. Have a good one.
Yeah. Have a good evening. See you next time.
Yep.